Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm happy that you are here. Yay! So, I hope that everyone's doing well. Please let me know how you're doing. I see some of y'all are already here. Shout out to y'all. Miss Myris Robinson or Miris Robinson. Hi, welcome. Patiently waiting. Thanks for waiting. You've been waiting since it says 4:30. So, shout out to you. Jordana. Hey, welcome, welcome. Hi, Nikki. I'm ready for my pep talk. Well, I hope today is helpful. Please let me know if you can hear me or if I'm too loud. I think last time I might have been too loud. So I don't want to blow you all's ears out. But yeah, just let me know. Thank you everybody for being here. Yeah, let's get started. First, before we get started, I want to ask you, what are your dreams, goals, and passions? If you want to share, no pressure with sharing. Hey, Tasha. Hey. Hey, Jamal. Okay, good. Sound good. Awesome. Hi, Powerful Majesty. Hi, everybody. Welcome. But yes, I would love to know what you all dream about and be honest. So I'm asking this for a reason, obviously. Today we're talking about like how to chase your dreams and your goals in a way that is joyful and not rough, not hard, in a way that doesn't leave you questioning your self-worth or your value at the end of the day, in a way that's fun. So yeah, so let me know what your dreams are if you want to share. Hi, Epic Tell. Hi. Okay. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because I did a video maybe a couple of months ago and it was titled, actually have it, Take the First Step, You're Already Enough, right? And so in this video, I was talking about how I was having Bible study and I was reading Matthew and how Jesus was telling his disciples to go, right? To just go to, preach to the nations, all these different things. Hi, everybody. Hi, Queen Bee. Hey. To travel and live life more in the moment. I love that. That's beautiful. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. Yes, so Jesus told the disciples to go, right? To go. And so he said, don't worry about what house you live in. Don't worry about the clothes, gold, food, none of that, right? Just go. And so I was reading that scripture and I was like, okay, this is weird. Why would he tell them to go? Like, why would he just tell them to go without any care about what you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep, things like that? But when I was reading it, what really stuck out to me is that we tend to do that. We feel like we need to have everything already figured out before we get started. We got to have all the answers. And while I think that is a noble thing to try to get as much information as you can before you commit to a goal or a passion, right? It's like really it's distracting us and allowing us to procrastinate, right? So even this idea of going out into the nations, spreading the gospel, without worry about food or clothes or anything like that, I'm sure the disciples looked at him like, you crazy, right? But at the same time, just think about carrying gold for miles. Think of how heavy that gets. So I have a book bag. I always carry a book bag with me, right? And there are moments when we are out and about and my husband has to carry my book bag for me, or I have to leave my book bag somewhere else because it gets too heavy. It becomes burdensome, right? And so a lot of us are not trying to do the thing because we feel like we have to do all this research. We have to buy all these things before we can get started. We have to be perfect. We have to go back to school. We have to, do all these things, and they're really burdensome. These are things that are holding us back from actually trying to pursue our dreams and our passions and our goals, right? So even this idea of like exercise, I fallen into the trap of being like, I'm gonna get in shape, buy all these weights, jump ropes, all this stuff, or buy a membership to a gym, right? And I hate going to the gym, right? But I think that that's the way to do it. And so now I'm not going to the gym. I'm not working out. I'm not getting in shape, right? Because I did all this stuff when all I could have just walked. I had everything I needed at the time to walk. And so while reading that, what came into focus for me was that we have everything we need to get started today. We don't need to read another book. We don't need to watch another webinar. We don't need to go back to school. And obviously, I'm not talking about becoming a doctor or a lawyer or things like that you have to be licensed to do. I'm talking about like things, like regular things in our lives that feel so big and heavy and out of reach, but we have everything we need today to get started, right? So yes. So that was what I put out the video. And so I'll put the link here in case you want to check it out later. Let me copy and paste, because I go into more detail about like the scripture that I was reading, and how convicted I was that I was not moving, that I was doing all this studying, all this reading, all these things that I thought would make my dreams come true, right, from the seat, and not moving, not having any action. And so I wanted to change that. And so I also talk about how over the next year, I'm committing to going for my dreams, to going all in, committing to myself, committing to my visions, committing to the visions that God gave me, all these things. And so I got a lot of questions on that video, like, well, how do you get started? Right? Like, I don't even know where to start. And I was like, you know what? I really didn't even say how to start or where to start. So let's see what y'all been saying. Tasha, creating a community of emancipated from Western cultured families that just be. That's beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Powerful Majesty says, my present dream is to renovate my property and turn it into a rental property. That's awesome. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes. Hi. Welcome. Jane Chan, welcome. Let's see. Caught you live. Yes, you're here. You're here. Helping people return to who they are. That is lovely. That's lovely. Hi, Liz. Miss Kim says, I dream of having enough money to never have to work again. I know that's right. I know that's right. I am entering a season where I have audacity to dream again. I can't even answer the question at the moment, but I will soon. That's okay. And again, if you don't know what you dream of, that's okay. Totally fine. There's no pressure, no judgment. Good evening. Good evening. Hey. Oh, hey, welcome. Welcome from Egypt. Hey, thank you for being here, Rap Addict. Thanks. Auntie Luce says, my dream is to move to Mexico and be a creative without interruption or stress. Me too. Me too. Hello. Welcome. Welcome from Florida. Or how do I say that? Welcome from where I am to Florida. Greetings. Chubby Cox, I think. It's been so long, I don't even remember what my dreams were. That's honest. That's honest. And we'll get to that in a second. So yes. The whole point of me asking you that question is that a lot of us dream from a place of scarcity, of a place of fear. Like the things that we really want, we're afraid to give breath to, right? Because we're afraid of what people might say. We're afraid that if we name it, it won't come true, or people will take it and run with it and tell us all the reasons why it won't work, right? We're afraid to really voice what our dreams are. But I feel like there is power in actually putting breath to your dreams, right? And actually owning what you want and what you desire. You know what I mean? Auntie Lou says, my main goal is to get rid of all my stuff I want. I want an empty apartment. I know that's right. Hey. Hi. Hey, Alicia. Glad I caught your live. You always put things into perspective for me. Oh, yay. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And I'm happy that I do. I have notes, y'all. So I'm going to try to stick to the notes, but you know how we do here. Sometimes we go off. So feel free to comment whatever you want to comment and say whatever you need to say. Glam for Breakfast says, I dream to be fully healed from all the trauma and damage that I've experienced. That's lovely. That's lovely. Insane. Nicole says, my dream is for my time to be my own so that I can travel and do exactly what I want to do. I love that. I love that. Okay. So let's get started, right? So yes. Hey, I also love all the love that y'all have for each other in the chat. That makes me happy. Okay. So, all right. So commit for the 4 years. Excuse me. I'm stuttering. I'm committing to a year to follow my dreams. I don't know why I can't talk. Hey, Vincent, welcome. Travel Lady says, I'm saving money so that I can pursue my dreams of buying an RV so that I can stop paying high rent and having to deal with crappy jobs. That's real. And yeah, that's why we're moving into our RV as well. Hey, Wiggle 500, it's good to see you. Always good to see you. Okay. So before, when I was chasing my dreams and being honest about what I wanted, I would sabotage my stuff. I would be overwhelmed. I'd be stressed out. I'd be freaking out because nothing I was doing was working. But what was really happening was me overwhelming myself, biting off way more than I could chew, right? I said I wanted to write a book. So I'm going to write a book. I'm going to make an album. I'm going to do all these things at the same time. And then when I'm burnt out and like worn, I'm surprised, right? Or the dreams that I was chasing for the wrong reasons. And so even when I acquired these things, I was not happy. I wasn't happy. And so I felt like a failure in that end as well. Oh, yay. Hello, family. Sending everyone great vibes and many blessings. Welcome. Hey, Marcus. All right. So yes. So I felt like a failure. And then I ended up having trust issues within my own abilities. So it's like, girl, you ain't never done nothing. You can't do nothing. You will never do nothing. So stop trying. Right. Or I would commit for a little bit and then give it up. I would feel like a failure if I gave up. So I didn't give up when I wanted to, because note, it's okay to give up on some things. It's okay to quit. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to bid something farewell. It doesn't have to be a marker on your worth or your value. It could just be like, this served me for a time. It doesn't anymore. And I'm moving on, I'm moving forward. But because I felt like, how we're taught in this culture that everything you do, you have to do for the rest of your life. It's like, if you give it up, then who are you, right? Then if you don't fit in this box, then who are you? What are you doing it for? And if you're not doing anything, then you're not worthy. So I was working through a lot of things like that, right? And so before we even get into anything, it's important now we have to work on our mindset. Mindset is everything. It's like the hardest work that I have had to do, that I am still doing. It's difficult even coming on this live, right? It's like, oh God, I was experiencing some anxiety. Like, what if it's not helpful? What if people, can't be helped by what I'm sharing? What if I sound stupid? All these things pop up. There are 1,000,001 reasons why you should not do something, right? But there's also 1,000,001 times that more reasons why you should. And so, yes, hey everybody. I love that y'all are greeting each other. Yay. Hey, welcome. Don't let the child that you were once leave you. Have fun and dream on. Absolutely. Have fun and dream on. Yes. I'm also working on that. I had closure on most of my trauma this weekend when a parent passed. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that happened. My condolences, Auntie Lou. I'm sorry. Black Butterfly says, one of my dreams to let go of what no longer serves me, create and share my art with the world without self-sabotage, and continue healing with being patient with and loving to myself. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, this is where like mindset comes in, right? Because if we believe that we are failures, if we believe that we have to be perfect in order to do something, if we believe that we have to do something to the 100th degree, if we believe that we're not allowed to experiment, that we can't fail, right? If we believe that we're competing with other people, if we believe all these things, it's gonna ruin our success, right, on the way to where we're trying to go. And so we're gonna get into success later on, because success, we're gonna redefine what success is. Yes, condolences, Auntie Lou. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so some of the thoughts that I had coming up in my mind was like, you're not perfect. You're not perfect enough to do X, Y, and Z. I know I'm not perfect. Where do we ever get this messaging that we have to be perfect to do anything, to try anything? Like, what? Like, where did this messaging come from? For me, it came from, be honest, some of my parents. It came from teachers in school. It came from some peers. But also like the media at large. Like, in order to be celebrated, you have to be extraordinary, right? And so if you're not perfect, then you might as well not even try. And also, I think even with social media, we're able to see people be perfect, right? But we know that's just like a curated feed. And even though we know that, it still feels like we have to be perfect in order to do something. You know what I mean? Another one was, you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. Because the way that we're going to approach this goal setting is not in a way that's like, I have all the answers, I have arrived. It's very much like a child, in that I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to find out anyway. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to go for it anyway. You know what I mean? And whatever happens, happens, whatever comes, comes. And it has no bearing on my worth or my value. We have to detach ourselves from the outcome of this experiment, right? We have to detach ourselves from the outcome of our goal setting. So say if my goal is to run a marathon, and by the time it's time to run a marathon, I get winded halfway through, it doesn't mean that I'm a failure. It doesn't mean anything about me, right? It just means that, maybe I wasn't prepared as I thought I, had to be, or I might not just be in shape. And it's okay, because my worth and my value does not rest in this 5K. It's okay. Like, everything doesn't have to be taken so seriously, excuse me. It's okay. I hadn't talked to him in decades. I just feel a release. I'm glad you feel that release. And I'm still sorry. Yeah. Oh, thank y'all for sending her love. That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. All right. This belief that, you're not allowed to experiment or change your mind. A lot of us feel like we don't want to go into something because we feel like we have to do it forever. And surprise, we don't. We're allowed to change our mind. We're allowed to be a doctor for 5 years and change our mind and be a writer. We're allowed to be a writer and be like, actually, I hate this, and then become a teacher. Like, we're allowed to change our minds. Auntie Lou says, yes, exactly. One of my favorite sayings is, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. It helps with anxiety and procrastination. And same, right? Same. Like, if I go into something knowing that this doesn't define me, it makes it easier. It makes it lighter. And that feeling of like feeling burdened and heavy going into trying to, reach a goal, like, is gone, is alleviated, because I know that, like, I am worthy. I am enough. You know what I'm saying? Nicole says, I hope I'm saying your name right. Nicole, please correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm opening myself up to receive money without having to trade my time for it. Shifting in abundance. Absolutely. Because why not? And people are doing that all the time. All the time. Okay. So the question I have for you is, What would you do if you knew that you were enough, that you were worthy, and that you are loved, and that nothing could shake it? If you knew that you were enough, if you knew that you were worthy, and if you knew that you were loved, what would you be doing? Would you be doing what you're doing now? Would you be taking more chances? You know what I mean? Like, would you be betting on yourself more often? Like, what would you be doing if you knew that you were enough? I would love to see your answers. If you want to share, no pressure though. But please, yeah, share your answers. Liz, hi. One of my goals is to release the need to be a perfectionist. Absolutely, because we know perfectionism does not exist. Perfectionism exists. Perfection does not exist. There is nothing that is perfect. Even houses we see, they're flawed. They're not perfect. I'm sitting in a room. I know this room is not perfect. If I were to measure the walls, right? Like, oh yeah, of course. If I were to measure the walls, I would find some imperfection in it, right? But it's enough to live in. And so a lot of us are waiting to be perfect to do something, but you have the goods already to get started. You don't have to have the finished product. No one is expecting you to have the finished product right now, especially if you're a beginner. But if we gave ourselves a chance to figure it out along the way and learn, then we could do way more things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this to y'all as I'm saying it to myself, because same. Same here. Okay. So yes, if you knew that you were loved, worthy, and enough, what would you do? And so the truth is, it's okay if you don't know what you're doing. It's okay, right? Really ask yourself, like, where does your fear come from? Like, where does it come from? A parent, school, like this feeling of perfection and acceptance and self-doubt, right? Where does this stuff come from? And really address those things. And some things might have to be worked out through therapy, right? Like, and that's okay. Go to therapy. I'm all for it if you can afford it. And some things might be able to be worked out, like talking through it with a friend or a partner or a parent, like talking to someone to actually get these thoughts out, or journaling. Like, really, where did this idea of me having to be perfect come from? And for me, like, it's layered. It's not just like one moment. It's like many defining moments of having to be perfect. But it's not, it's okay if like you need extra help to work through it. Nothing's wrong with you. You're not flawed, because we all have a lot of baggage. Queen Bee says, I take more risks. I'm always afraid everything is going to go wrong. Yeah. I get it. I understand. I get it. Because even this, for me, one of my fears is letting people down. One of my fears is like, I'm not going to be enough, right? But the thing is, I can't be all things to everybody. That's not my job. I'm not God, right? Like, I'm just not. And so, but I've taken on the role of God in a lot of situations where I felt like I had to do everything. I had to be everything. And if I didn't do it, then everything would fall apart. You know what I mean? And so because of that, I put unnecessary pressure on myself to be like, oh God, like, if this doesn't turn out right, if I'm not perfect, then everything's going to fall apart. And that's not the truth. If it falls apart, it's okay. Somebody else will come and pick it up, or they won't, and it will be fine. But I cannot put that pressure on myself to be, a God when I'm not. When I'm a mere human being. I make mistakes all the time. I am not perfect, and that should not stop me from trying. Glam for Breakfast says, I would create constantly without fear of making a mistake. Yes. I would just do without having fear of all the negative possibilities that I meditate on. Speak about it. And let's talk about meditation for a second. I told y'all we're going to go, but we're going to come back. Meditation, right? Everybody meditates. I know meditation is like this, big thing now. Like, everybody's like, let's meditate, let's sit in silence. And I'm all for that. But understand that we meditate on things day and night, right? We meditate, like we say, I am not enough. These things keep repeating in our minds over and over and over again. We're chewing on that thing over and over and over again and wonder why we don't feel enough. Because we're thinking about this all the time. We're taking in content that tells us we're not enough. We're listening to music that tells us we're not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do these things constantly and wonder why we don't have the bravery or like the juice, right, to get started to try. You know what I mean? So we really have to monitor our thoughts in the way that we approach things and really question those thoughts that we have. So yes, I agree. Yeah. All right. Going on. God notes. Okay. So the first step for me, right? And this is what I'm doing currently, is to brainstorm and be honest. Be a child. Approach this question as you would a child, right? So when you ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? If they tell you they want to be an astronaut, you are not going to say to that child, girl, you can't be no astronaut. You're not smart. You don't have no degree, right? And again, I feel like astronaut is a bad example. So let me choose something else, because I think there is like an age limit to astronauts because of gravity and all those different things. So let's say you want to be a firefighter. You're not going to tell that little girl, little boy, you can't be a firefighter. Like, it's impossible. No, you tell them, yes, I love it. Awesome. Dream big. Go for it. Right. And then at some point, maybe within like middle school and high school, like those dreams become smaller and smaller. We're told that we have to get more realistic. We're told that we have to put away childish things and become an adult. But who said that dreaming fully and freely is childish? Who said that? Like, who said that you having enough faith in yourself to do the impossible is childish? Like, and why do we believe that? I mean, I get why we believed it because we're children. We're being indoctrinated. But even as adults, like, we look at children and we envy them because we're like, you could do anything. But the truth is, we could look at ourselves with that same kindness and say, you could do anything. You can change your mind right now and become a firefighter. You can change your mind right now and become a singer, become a writer. Because all that means, even with like art stuff, we think that artistry has to look a certain way. For those of you who want to be artists anyway, artistry means that you make art. If you are an artist, that means you make art. It doesn't mean that you have to sell out a gallery. It doesn't mean that you have to be in magazines. It doesn't mean that you have to be at the Grammys, right? It just means that you make stuff. It's that simple. It's that simple. And even if your goal is to be at the Grammys, right? We're not there yet. So we need to choose a goal that is, okay, the goal could be to go to the Grammys, right? But in chasing that goal, we have to start with what we have today. Right now, I don't know nobody at the Grammys. I don't know if I'm going to be an actress. I don't know the Academy. I don't know these people, right? But I don't have to wait for them to give me approval to do my thing. I don't have to wait for them to take the first step. And a lot of us are waiting for permission to take the first step in the direction in which we want to go. But that permission can only come from ourselves. It can't come from nobody else but ourselves. So sometimes you have to give yourself that permission to be a child. Like literally sit on the floor, right? Do things that you did when you were a child. Get crayons, like get creative, get colored, pens and pencils and stuff like that. And draw out or write out what you want to do. Be honest, be brave, right? Don't judge yourself. There is no shame. There is no judgment. Don't judge yourself, even though that's really, really hard. Allow yourself to be in the moment, to be a child, because at the end of the day, no one is judging this. No one has to see it right now, right? Like no one has to know what you're doing. You just have to be honest with yourself. And it's really fun. It's fun. I've written out a lot of dreams for myself. Some of it has been, I want to be a farmer. And some of it has been, I want to be a singer. Like, and it's okay if your dreams have nothing to do with each other. It's okay. You want to be a farmer. You want to be a singer. You want to be a community activist. You want to be, I want to own a juicery. You know what I mean? I want to own a truck, like a truck that drives around and gives people juice. I want to have a mobile photography studio. Like these are all my dreams, right? And I'm saying it out loud. Because at one point in time, I was afraid to say it because I sound like I'm disjointed. I sound like I'm all over the place. I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. But these are my real dreams, right? Like I dream to do all these things and they're all valid and they can all be done. They can all be done. But we have to start being honest about what we want to do in order to chase them. The thing is, like, the dreams we have are there for a reason. The dreams we have are there for a reason. And while right now I might dream of going to the Grammys, on my way to the Grammys, I might go out a different way. Like if I'm thinking of driving on a road, right? And I know my destination. I have it in the GPS. I'm going to the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the Grammys. Then I see an exit that says, I actually want to be a music therapist. But I didn't know that existed because I'm not moving. So I have to get moving to see the exit to be a music therapist, for example, and be like, that actually sounds interesting. Let me take a detour and go this way. And now I'm even more happy. I'm happier than I could have been being at the Grammys. But some of our dreams are just guideposts. Sometimes the dreams that we have are not the dream, but it helps us to move towards the real dream that we have, towards the real goal that we have that we don't even know exists. So if we're sitting here and sitting in fear, like, I don't know, I can't go to the Grammys, I'm not good enough, like, just get moving, start sing a song, right? Like, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but the whole point is to give yourself permission to be a child, to not have to have all the answers. When children dream, they don't have the answers. They don't even know what the job entails. They know what they see, right? And so some of us are dreaming as far as we can see, but we don't even know what exists beyond that because we're not willing to go. That's my whole point. Okay. Let me see what y'all are saying. Yay. Queen. Okay. Yes. Afraid. Yes. Okay. Glam for Breakfast says, okay, we said that. Yes. Hey, love. Hey, I've been away from your channel for a bit, battling COVID and some depression. I'm so sorry. I'm wishing you a speedy recovery. And I understand about the depression bit. I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of joy, a lot of comfort. I forgot how much light you give. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I give light. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you. Auntie Lou says, for me, the idea of needing to be perfect came from growing up poor and being the oldest, smartest kid that was expected to go to college when I should have skipped college and found a way to travel. Yeah, and again, like, we're not judging ourselves, right? Because we didn't know what we didn't know. But at this point, we have more autonomy in our lives to be able to choose things that we want to do, you know? So that's honest. That's honest. Who said that? Exactly. Who told us that? Who said that? Nicole says, I'd feel more comfortable with doing things just for fun. Yes. Prioritizing my joy over responsibilities. And we'll get to that too, because actually, let's get to it now. Everything doesn't have to be serious. Like, we don't have to have such a hard, like, grasp on our things where we're strangling it to death. We're strangling our dreams to death, right? We talked about this before. Like, we're making life so hard for ourselves, where the journey to wherever we're trying to get or wherever we're going to end up could be fun. It could be fun. You could make it fun. It doesn't have to be, I have to study hard and I have to work hard and I have to, work myself into the ground to be seen as respectable or to be seen as good enough. It's like, no, you're good enough now. You're worthy now. Make it fun. Make it easy steps. And I feel like that's how you get towards your goal. Hi, Carla. Welcome. Dark Skin Woman says, I want to grow my own food. Me too. I've been watching a lot of videos, a lot of videos of my save for laters. I really want to do that, but I need land first. But yes, I would love to grow my own food. Beautiful dreams. Yes, absolutely. Liz says, daring to live one's dreams, chasing and living it. It's beautiful. Yes, absolutely. I'm glad the analogy worked, because it really put things in perspective for me. Like, oh, the dream doesn't have to be like, I don't have to be so beholden. Like, I don't have to hold so tightly to that dream. I could just see it as something in the distance that I'm trying to get to, but I'm not so focused on this thing that I'm missing everything else around me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to miss little guideposts in my life, the little nudgings, because if I'm holding on to the Grammys, if I never make it to the Grammys, I'm going to see myself as a failure. And that's not the truth, right? That's not the truth, but I can also redefine what success is. And so again, we'll get to that in a second, but yes. Okay. Just found your page. I'm used to seeing your RV channel. Yay. We'll be back to RVing soon. Yay. Thank you. Your dreams are most likely tied to your natural gifts. So we get sidetracked by society and having to work. Okay. Absolutely. Like, how many of us traded in our dreams for capitalism or the promise that, we'll be accepted or loved or rich or wealthy or seen as worthy? And then we get these things and we're like, I guess, but this isn't really what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't really what I'm here to do it for. Wow. Okay. You're about to be blocked. Yo. Anywho. Yo, that kind of sidetracked me. Okay, let me get back focused. That didn't hurt my feelings. I don't know what's happening. Obviously, you're triggered that a Black woman speaking. Get over yourself. Okay. Yes. Thank you. I didn't see it at first. I apologize, y'all. I'm really sorry. I wish I saw that sooner. Because that was gross. Okay. We're definitely making life really hard. We deserve fun. Absolutely, we deserve fun. Like, chasing our dreams can be fun. It can be fun. Thank y'all. I did not see it. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, let's normalize having fun again. Absolutely. Because when you were a child and you were asked, what is your dream? you dreamed in a fun way. It wasn't hard or heavy. It was like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And when you're a child, there's nothing that anybody could tell you that you can't do. You know that if you ran fast enough, you can go to the stars. You knew that if you jumped off of the jungle gym, you won't hurt yourself. Like, we're so free as children until someone comes in and tells us that it's not possible to do that. You see what I'm saying? This topic is everything. I love it. Yay. There's a book by Barbara Sher titled Refuse to Choose. Yes, I'm reading that now. And she hits on a lot of this with how-tos. It's really helpful also. Absolutely. And I do recommend this book. Anybody who considers themselves multi-passionate, meaning that you have a lot of passions or a lot of interests, check it out, because it's really saying, I'm sorry, y'all. That comment threw me off. Let me get myself together. It's really saying that some things that we're interested in, we don't have to do forever. And there's freedom in that, because people who are multi-passionate feel like they like, I have to do everything at the same time, and everything has to be super, super successful and has to be really, really big. When sometimes some things are just for a season. Sometimes some things were like, oh, I tried that. That was enough. You know what I mean? And maybe you'll come to that and realize that. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you gave up. It just means that it served its purpose and it's time. And it's time to move on. So yes. Yeah, I miss having fun too. I'm going to be having more fun as well. My ultimate dream is to be a homemaker and a mother, but I'm single. LOL. Why'd you laugh? So I'm trying to build my online ESL teaching biz. Hey, go for it. And I love that dream. That's a valid dream. That's a valid dream. Yeah. Yeah, that person has no dream. And obviously no time, because why are you here? Why are you watching stuff? Okay. I started having fun again this summer, and it's made a difference. We deserve fun. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. That really threw me off. Do you think white collar jobs work their hands to the bone? Do I think white collar jobs work their hands to the bones? No. I mean, they don't have to. How I honestly feel, a lot of people who are at the top of their positions, they're not working as hard as the people on the bottom. I'm gonna leave that there. Take it how you want to take it. But yeah, no. I have many dreams, and right now I dream to move from my hometown. Tired of putting it off for the perfect time, and it never comes. The economy, pandemic. Listen, something will always happen. It's true. Something will always happen. I'm at the point I no longer know what my dreams and aspirations are. Any suggestions on what may help? Yes. Okay. So if you don't know what your dreams and aspirations are, a few tips that I use, to find dreams or to rediscover dreams. One, pick up a hobby. Like, literally pick up anything. Try anything. Make a list of things that you're interested in. Try something. Just pick one and go, right? That's the first one. Second thing is, think back to when you were a child. What did you enjoy when you were a child? What did you have fun doing? What did you dream of when you were a child, right? And also, it's okay, because I think a lot of us think that dreams and aspirations have to be monetized, or dreams or aspirations have to be like this big thing that has to have the stamp of approval from other people. Some people dream of just having peace. Some people dream of just like, you know what I mean? Like, of owning less. Some people dream of making an impact. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes it's okay if you don't have any aspirations or dreams. It's okay. But just like, if you want to find out what your dreams and aspirations are, then I would suggest picking up a hobby, doing something interesting. If you go on like Meetup, right? Meetup, I don't know if you want to meet people face to face, but they have sometimes like online stuff. Look at something on the list. I live in, right now I'm in PG County. And so we have like these pamphlets that go out. I just got one today. And they have a list of parks, of classes, programs, and events and stuff like that. And so you can go in there and be like, like peruse, see what stands out to you, see what's interesting. And you're not doing it to find a dream. You're doing it to see what sparks your interest, right? And so sometimes when we're talking about like passions, so I don't know if y'all have heard of like Mel Robbins, but one of her statements that I love is that a lot of us are like, what am I passionate about? What are my passions? When really the question should be like, what am I energized by? And so if you were energized by your friends, maybe your dream is to hang out with more of your friends. That's okay. Like, everything doesn't have to be about productivity or achieving big things. It could just be living a more simple and connected life. You know what I mean? So I hope that those few things help. And if anybody has any other suggestions, please share it. Please share. There's a community. I love that. I was thinking that today. There's no perfect time. There isn't. There will always be. There's a proverb. I don't know if it's a proverb, but it's scripture. And it says, the farmer who waits for like perfect weather will never plant. Right? A farmer who watches the clouds will never like grow seeds. So basically, people who wait for the perfect time will never do anything, because there is no perfect time. There will always be something in the way. There will always be, and I don't want to say in the way like it's a burden, right? But there will always be a reason why we can't do something. But if the big version of what we want to do is not possible, make it small. Make it a small version of what we want to do. You know what I mean? Okay. So I'm gonna come back to the comments in a second. But let me just get to the next part. So we're being a child, we're dreaming, we're brainstorming, we're being honest. If you want to do this with friends, have like a dream casting party. That's what I really want to have. Do that. It's really cool when you become vulnerable with the people that you love and you trust, and you're able to say, I want to do this, and they share this dream, right? And you're in this community where everybody's being honest and sharing their deep dreams with each other. Because there is affirmation in that too. Like, you're like, I could see you doing that. That's beautiful. That's awesome. And sometimes we need to hear from other people that what we want to do is valid. Sometimes we need to hear that, like, you're not crazy for thinking that or wanting to do that. Or you're sharing your thing and somebody might have connections to what you're trying to do. There's a woman I follow on YouTube, Kiki. Her name's like The Upgrade on YouTube. And she was talking about moving in silence and how a lot of people move in silence and how that's not good, right? Like, I understand why some people do it because they want to protect their thing. But sometimes when you don't share your thing, you're blocking your own blessings. You're blocking people being able to help you or give you, or give you things to do. Like, you're blocking your ability to have help in chasing your dream. Sorry, I think I just lost my place. But yes. So sharing with people that you love and you trust sometimes will give you that umph, right? That like, I can do that thing, that little perk, to be able to start on your first step to doing the thing. So yes, my mom always makes fun of me because I say, like, just do the thing. So yes. Let's see. When I embarked on my education journey, I was focused on working for someone else. Now that I attained it, I realized how much are meaningful it will be to work with people on my own terms. Absolutely. And you wouldn't know that unless you got there. So even that, right? Even where we end up, even where we are, it's not a waste. I know a lot of people feel like, I wasted so much time doing this thing. I committed to this thing, and why did I do this for so long? Nothing you do is a waste. Number one, if you didn't do that thing, you wouldn't know that you don't want to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't know. A lot of people are afraid to pick and choose because we're like, what if I pick the wrong thing? You might pick the wrong thing. And it's okay. But that's just informing your decision for next time. It's not a failure. It's not a loss. It's not a loss of time. Even though it feels like it, it's not, because you would never know what you didn't know if you didn't do the thing. So yeah. Okay. So, be brave, right? Our limits that we have in our mind are made up. Our limits are made up. People are out here doing the impossible every single day. The limits that we have for ourselves are made up. The rules are not real. Everything is fake. What we talked about last time, it's all a lie. But the rules that we have for ourselves, a lot of them, not everything, obviously. Like, don't break the law, right? And some things you can't break the law of physics. They're just like some limitations, obviously. So partly joking, but seriously, a lot of the reasons why we limit ourselves is because of reasons that aren't even real. I can't do this because this person is going to think X, Y, and Z about me. One, you're not in this person's head. You don't know what they're going to think about you. You don't know. But also, like, it's not your job to control other people's thoughts. We're putting pressure in places we have no control over. And so even when we are determining, and we'll get to that in a second, even when we're determining what is success, our success cannot be based on other people because we cannot control other people. We can't. And so once we realize that and let go of that, we're open to be able to chase our dreams in a more healthy and joyful way. Excuse me. Okay. So, when you look at all the answers you wrote down, all the dreams you have, ask yourself why. And ask yourself why 5 times. Ask yourself why. So, for me, I'll try to do 5. Or 5 or more, or if you need less time to get to the heart of why you really want to do that thing, right? So the reason why I say this is because a lot of us have dreams that aren't really based on what we want, right? It's like, oh, I want to be a doctor. I don't know. I don't want to be a doctor. But for some people who say they want to be a doctor, why? Well, because doctors make a lot of money. Okay. Is it like, why? Like, why do they make a lot of money? Oh, because this is a high demand job, blah, 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 right? And so if you get to the heart of that dream, you might find out, I just want to be a doctor because I think it's respectable and people will love me and I have a lot of money. You have to determine whether or not that's enough reason for you to chase a dream and commit to however many years of school, 4 years of undergrad and however many years of doctorate program and then how many years of residency. Is that enough to hold you to your dream? Is that enough? For me, that's not enough, right? But if you respond in a way that's like, I want to be a doctor. Why? Because I want to improve the lives of patients, or I want to advocate for, specifically, I'll say this because I'm a Black woman, for Black women in who are giving birth, right? That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you get to the heart of those things, you might find that you don't even need to be a doctor. Maybe you could be a doula. Maybe you could be a midwife. Or maybe you can educate women about their bodies and how to advocate for themselves. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't be in every room across America. But you could teach, pregnant women how to give birth in a healthy way, how to advocate for themselves so that they don't necessarily need you to be there. You see what I'm saying? So like, if we get to the root of our dreams, we might be able to find and discover another dream or another way to do our dreams. I hope that makes sense. Can you write the book name? Yes. Hold on one second. So it is, oh my gosh, we just saw it. I'll find it and I'll rewrite it. I will. And if I don't, please remind me. Maybe start with the things that used to make you happy and brought you joy. Yes, I love that. Thank y'all for helping. A lot of white collar jobs make others work very little. Exactly. That's true. They delegate to the bones. Yeah. Which is, to me, smart. Smart. My dream is to get my master's, but I feel that some of my friends and family may not accept it and just recommend to keep working instead, but I still do it. Hey, do it. Right? Like, please go for it. Like, seriously, go for it. Get your master's. You'll be so happy that you did. Absolutely. Thanks. I'm taking courses to upgrade for admissions. So here's hoping. Yeah, absolutely. One step at a time. Absolutely. Maybe you should just speak a little louder because the truth hurts. Oh, wait, what happened? I missed it. Oh, yes. Thank you. Refuse to choose. Thank you. There it is. That's the book. Why do you think people at the top don't work as hard? Depending on the profession, the higher the position, the more responsibility level of work, intern versus fully employee. I feel like, okay, so we'll have this. Okay. If you'll go with me, sidebar. I don't think that obviously every position is the same, but what I will say is a lot of positions who are at the top are delegating their responsibilities to other people and or managing the expectations. So even if you look at a manager at, say, I don't know, I used to work at a hospital. So even at a hospital, my manager was above us managing what was happening. However, the lay people were doing most of the work. So in a lot of businesses, not every business, a lot of businesses have it like it's like a pyramid where the people at the top are not the ones doing most of the work. Their business is on the backs of the lay people doing the work. So McDonald's, for example, I used to work at McDonald's. The people working in the crew were doing all the work, making the fries, making the burgers, sweep mopping, cleaning up, dealing with the customers, just dealing with the everyday day-to-day things, where I had a manager who literally would just like go from store to store to be like, you guys good? Everything's good? What do you need me to order? Blah, 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 right? So manual labor specifically like is usually done by people at the bottom. And obviously not every business is like this, obviously, but I'm speaking in general terms. So, but I could be wrong. I'm not above being wrong. Okay. That helps. I feel like I have wasted much time, so I feel like I have to rush to get to my goals. There's no rushing, and you have not wasted any time. Because all of this... What? Another one? Really? Okay. Y'all are out here today. How do I... Let me block you too. Sorry, y'all. It's like... Okay. Deep breath. Sorry, y'all. It's like it's my goal to make this a safe place. And when I see stuff like that, it's very frustrating for me. Because I'm like, y'all didn't come here for all that. And that makes me upset. I'm angry. Okay. That helps. I feel okay, yes. All right. Thanks for the motivation. I'll keep hustling for it. No hustling. No hustle. Anti-hustle over here. But yes, like just take steps every day. I get what you're trying to say. I get it. All right, yes, you got this. That part, but they won't do it. They won't show their face or say it with their chest because they're cowards. All right. Give me a wrench. I do need to figure out I'll figure that out the next live for sure. If it happens again, absolutely. I'll happily, yes. I know, it's like, why? We will work on getting mods in place. Absolutely. Let me pull up YouTube and I'll figure out how to do that. Okay. I've been wanting to be a single since a little girl. I never shared it with others. You said I wanted to be a single since a little girl. I never shared it with others. How do you know you wanted to be a singer, excuse me. Okay. You want to be a singer since a little girl. I never shared it with others. How do you know that you can sing to share it with others? Weren't you scared of criticism? How'd you get over that? How to get over that? Yes. I'm afraid of criticism every time I share music. It never goes away. Surprise. Like there's no moment. Yeah, no worries. I gathered. There's no moment where I am not afraid. There's no moment where I'm just like, I've made it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? There's no moment. For me, every time I do something new, or even something I do all the time, I'm scared and nervous, right? But it's not about getting over it. It's about going through it. And I say that, shout out, we went to a baby shower this weekend and I bought the book, We're Going on a Bear Hunt. Remember the song, We're Going on a Bear Hunt, blah, blah. And so basically they get to every obstacle, and every obstacle is scary or treacherous. It's like we're going through a storm, we're going through, I don't know, the grass, the trees, whatever it is. And so at the end of the day, it's like we have to go through it. There is no getting over it. There is no getting under it. You have to go through it. And for some things, when you're afraid, you just have to go through it. And there, like, lack of fear is not what bravery is. Bravery is doing something in spite of fear. There will always be fear. You will always be afraid of doing something. You will always be afraid of someone's rejection. You know, and how afraid you are might change, but that fear will always be there. That anxiety might still always be there, but you have to muscle through. Like, there really is no shortcut to like dealing with fear. It's like, but one of the ways that I do deal with fear is by being honest about it, listing out my fears. What am I afraid of? Why am I afraid of that? What would that mean if these things came true? For example, one of my fears, what if I sing off key? It has happened. It has happened. If you've been here, you know it's happened. Or I tried to make a song and it didn't work. And we just scrap it, but we move on to the next song, right? But I've gotten there because I've been honest about my fear. I'm afraid of singing off key. Why? Because if I sing off key, that means I'm a bad singer. What would that mean if I'm a bad singer? That I have no worth or value, that I'm not talented. So my fear is not me singing off key. My fear is me not being talented. And just because I sing off key, does that mean I'm not talented? No. It just means that I sang off key. It means that I made a mistake, that my voice did what it did. You know what I mean? So sometimes when I'm dealing with my fear, I have to really get to the heart of that thing. Why am I afraid of this? What is this? Coming here on this live, I'm afraid of doing this. Why? Because I'm afraid of leading people astray. Why? Because I don't want to mess people up. I want to be able to be helpful. What would that mean to me if I was not helpful, if I messed somebody up? It would mean that I'm a failure. I don't know what I'm talking about. But is that true? Is that true? Do I not know what I'm talking about? I know what I'm talking about from my perspective. And that's why I'm coming from my perspective. So I only give myself something that I can handle. I am not a know-it-all. I don't know everything, right? But I come and give what I have experienced, what I have. And those things are valid. Though I might not have all the answers, I have experience for myself. And I'm just sharing what worked for me in my experience. So sometimes it's really just about getting to the heart of it and holding on to the truth that, yeah, you might mess up. Yeah. You might not sound good on that song. You might not have a good performance, right? But even if people boo and they throw things at you, right? That's the worst thing that could happen to me. Like, what is the worst thing that could happen? Somebody could boo me off stage, right? And that would break my heart and I would cry, right? And I would probably take years before I get back on stage, right? You know, just being honest. But that doesn't mean that my value goes down just because they boo me. And so I have to hold on to that truth that I am still a worthy, whole individual, even if I had a bad performance. You know what I mean? So I hope that's helpful. I hope. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. All right, let me go back up. Okay, I'm like looking at the comments like, I hope nothing pops up. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, a lot of limitations we put on ourselves in adulthood is based off childhood experiences too. Absolutely. Of not feeling like we're enough. Absolutely. Because again, at some point when we were children, we believed that we could do anything. We believed that the world was literally our oyster, that like it's possible to fly. And then we were fed or taught that, you know, that we're not enough. You know what I'm saying? So yes, absolutely. I totally agree with you. So glad I found you. Oh, I'm happy. I'm glad that you're being helped. That makes me happy. Because literally I'm just offering my experience. I hope it's helpful. Yeah. Okay. You can be a doctor and be able to do things on the side. You can. I'm not arguing with you. I don't know. I feel like you want to argue with me and I don't understand, but it's okay. So true. Focus on your why. Absolutely. Because your why is going to hold you through. It's going to make things clear to you. So like for people, like some people, like at some point I wanted to be famous and it's like, well, what did I really want? I wanted to be loved and appreciated and supported. And I wanted to make money doing what I want to do, right? And so do I have to be famous to do that? No, because that's not really my why. My why is not to be a household name. My why is to be impactful and to be helpful. So yeah. We appreciate you, a beautiful Black queen. Oh, thank you. With a dream, vision, and purpose. That means a lot to me, Tia. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, you just got to do it. Yeah. I'm sorry. I wish I had the shortcuts. I wish I had a way that you didn't have to fight through fear, but sometimes you just got to do it. I'm considering go for it, y'all. Get y'all masters. I want to sing covers, but I'm scared. Yeah. So, I mean, what you can do is start just by singing. Sing in the shower. That counts. That's singing. Sing in the shower. Sing in your phone, right? You can record yourself on camera. You don't have to share your stuff first. You can just do it for yourself. And then at some point, you start to step out. If you really want to share, because the thing is, everything that we do doesn't have to be shared with other people, right? So no one's stopping you from singing. But if you want to sing and share it, You can take baby steps to do that. You can share it with a friend first, someone you love and trust, who's not gonna, boo you because they love you. Someone who could offer constructive criticism. Not, I wouldn't just say like go to an open mic right now. Like I would say share it with somebody else. Like especially if fear of what people think has a hold on you, take baby steps. Share it with a friend. Or for me, singing in open mics is easier than sharing with a friend because I care a lot about what my friends think. So I'm the opposite. But if it's easier for you to share with a friend first or a family member, do that. Then maybe you want to share online. Well, do online later. Go to open mics. Go to open mics first. Open mics that are warm and inviting, not like Apollo themed open mics where they boo you and tap dance and drag you off that stage, right? Go to open mics where people are warm and inviting. A lot of open mics I've been to, even if the people didn't sound good, people still applauded them because they saw like, oh wow, you did this hard thing and that is worthy of applause. You know what I'm saying? Like step out, take voice lessons if you want to. If you have the money to invest in yourself, take voice lessons and get feedback from a person who is qualified. You know what I'm saying? Like there are ways that you can do what you want to do. Yeah. My dream is to be a fashion designer. I am a work from home mom with a baby with disabilities. And it touched me when you said some of us need people to motivate and support us. Absolutely. We all need community. Like we're not supposed to do all this by ourselves. We're not. Yeah, that was a lot. Yeah. That's one of the dreams that I'm currently working on now. Yeah. Do you think this is generalization? Okay. Well, this is not really what we're talking about tonight, but do I think this sure, it could, sure. Why not? It could be based on my experiences and I could be wrong. I'll be wrong. That's okay. It's okay. She said it's based on experiences. Yeah. Okay. It's not about getting over it, it's about getting through it. Absolutely. You should check out the Academy of Art University. They have a full online. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that. This is why I love community. And this is why it's important to voice what you want to do, because people can come here and give you the help that you need, give you resources and thoughts. You know what I mean? So owning what you want to do is really helpful. I get that, but experience can't be that standard. Depends on, okay. Well, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know about law firms. So you should ask somebody who is a lawyer about that. You know what I mean? I hope I'm not coming across as cross. Like, I'm not upset. I'm just like, this is kind of, it seems like it's okay. Like, it seems like you want to engage in conversation with me, which you can. But right now we're talking about chasing our dreams. And that was just an example I gave. And again, I am a layperson. I don't have a law degree. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a CEO. I am me, right? Like, that's it. And so my experience is very limited. And so I could be very wrong. And I'm okay with being wrong. I'm really okay. Okay, you gave a great example of someone finding joy in hanging with their friends, and that being their passion. In that example, what would you recommend for figuring out how to make money? Ooh, yeah. So if you enjoy community, so if you want to make money through community, you can start a community based on your interests, right? So there are a lot of people who have communities that people pay to be a part of, in which they talk about movies or music, interests, hobbies, different things, and people pay like a monthly subscription to that thing, right? And so you can create a community around what you want to do. Or like if you want to play sports, maybe you could have like a league or something, you know what I mean? And maybe you can get sponsorships. There are a lot of ways to make money from what you want to do. It's just about what you want to do and like the work that it takes to do that thing. You know what I mean? Because for me, money is great. I want money. Let's be clear. I want money, but like I'm not willing to do everything for it because some of it is just really laborious and I don't want to work hard for my money. That's another conversation for another day. But I just want it to be easy. So yeah, so for community, book clubs, wine clubs, I'm listing ideas. And I would love to hear more, Morgan, about what you're interested in and what you do. Because I'm sure there's a way to make money from building community and having connection. You know what I mean? So yeah, okay. I hope that's helpful, y'all. All right. Everything you want is on the other side of your fear. Do it anyway. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So before I continue reading the comments, let's see. All right. So I said, ask why 5 or more times to really get to the heart of why you want to do the thing. Okay, cool. The next one is, so with asking why, be honest, right? So there might be something different. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. Maybe the reason why you want to do something is to get rich. Go for it. Maybe the reason why you want to do something is to impact lives. Go for it. Maybe it's to do both. Go for it, right? Like, but just be honest about yourself to hold on to why you're doing this so that when an issue comes up where you're questioning why you're doing the thing, you're clear. I'm here to make money. Listen, there are a lot of people who go to their jobs just to make money and go home. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm getting this job, I'm getting this degree, and this to make money, to be worth more, using air quotes, on the market. That's a valid answer. It's a valid response, but just be clear. Okay? And for chasing your one thing, if you're more creative, so the way I lean is like putting aside things just for my ego, right? Because I am enough. If I know that I'm enough, and if I know that I'm loved, then a lot of the stuff that I did when I was younger, I wouldn't do. Because a lot of the stuff that I was doing was to please other people or to seem more respectable or to be loved, you know what I mean? Like, and valued. And it's like that value comes from in here. I'm valued because I exist. I'm valued because my father tells me I'm valuable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right. The next step, and this is the hardest one for all my multi-passionate folks out there, choose one thing. Choose one thing and I'll tell you why, okay? So for all my multi-passionate folks out there, I get it. It's hard. You want to do all the things at the same time. And I, like, wonderful. You have a great heart. I get it. But when we're doing something, especially from the ground up, it requires a lot of energy to get going. Like, just think about, people use that analogy about like plate spinning, right? It's hard to get plate spinning at the same time. But when you have one spinning, you have momentum, right? Then you're able to do the thing while the thing still has momentum, where it doesn't require as much energy from your hand to get going, to start spinning something else and put energy somewhere else. But a lot of us are trying to grow a lot of things at the same time, and then our energy is spent. Our energy is split between multiple things. You know what I mean? And so for me, the best option right now for myself, because I'm easily burnt out, I'm easily overwhelmed, like the sky is falling, right? Because I'm overwhelmed. So I'm trying to do one thing at a time. And the reason why you're doing one thing again is to put more effort into that thing. So again, another analogy is riding a bike. When you first get that pedal down, it's a little rough to get going, right? But once you get going, it's requiring less work of you because it has momentum. You're able to do something else. You're able to put this thing in cruise control, right? So to speak, put it in cruise control and then do something else. Maybe you change a song on your phone, right? But just getting started, it's not the best because you're wobbling all over the place. You're going to fall over, hit something, you're not paying attention. So sometimes it's good to get started with one thing and then move on to the next thing. Another thing, I got this from someone else who was a multi-passionate creative, Dana Joy, I believe her name is. And she actually coaches people who are multi-passionate. And she was saying, set up things where it's in a 90-day increment, right? So you're only choosing one thing for 90 days, not for forever, just for 90 days, right? 3 months. 3 months of going all in on one thing. And you can give yourself the gift of getting started by pursuing something for 90 days, right? Because it gives you enough time to really figure out, do you like the thing that you're doing? To figure out, is there a detour you want to take? To figure out if you want to pivot or just put it down altogether. But if you don't give yourself enough time to do the thing, then you'll never know what you don't know. So yeah. So yes. Let's see. Okay, yes. Yes, but for the most part, people on the lower end work harder differently than people at the top. I agree. I'm a teacher and witnessed this. I have friends in other occupations and witnessed it too. Me too. Yeah, same. But again, our experience is limited. We don't, everybody doesn't have everyone's experience. So, thank you. I graduated with my fashion design degree last year and I'm kind of schooled out. I feel you, but I'm actually working on a collection now. Pray for me. Absolutely. If you're experiencing different, that's amazing. Listen, that is amazing. If the people at the top are doing most of the work, wonderful, wonderful. Absolutely. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that might have been for me. You say you work harder than the person who does okay. This talk is not about the stats. It's about soul searching and giving yourself the right dream. Thank you. That's exactly what this talk is about. It's different because I'm actually with the kids, the parents, in front of the kids. The people making the materials aren't fully doing the work based off of being with the kids. So yes. And I agree with that, right? Because even I've heard from other teachers, the curriculum or the things that they put in place for the teachers aren't helpful to the teachers because they don't know what it's like to actually teach someone face to face. They don't know what the teachers need. So to me, how can you be a good leader if you don't know what your teachers need? Yeah, absolutely. That's life. Absolutely. Okay. Pamela Jones says, my cat's former vet decided to pursue his dream of becoming a magician. That's cool. Such a good reminder to pursue your dreams. He didn't stop being a vet, but you could tell magic was his real dream. Absolutely. And some people, let me just say this too. It's okay to have a job and a dream. It's okay for your job to fund your dream. You do not have to quit your job to chase your dream. I know that's like the thing. It's like, I'm going to quit my job. And for some people, that's wonderful. For some people, they're more risk averse, but also they're okay with what they're doing, right? But they just need money to fund what they really want to do. And that's okay too. So yeah, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Doesn't have to be all or nothing. There's an open mic in Long Beach, California. If anyone is in the LA area, oh, I want to go, but I'm over here on the East Coast. Okay, everything we do doesn't have to be shared with other people. It doesn't. Community is triggering for me, but it's true. I understand. I love going to karaoke. Oh, that's actually a great night to live my singing dream. Absolutely. So if you are afraid to sing, go to karaoke. Everybody's expecting everybody to be bad, right? Like, because the goal is not to be good, right? The goal is to have fun. And I love that. I love that karaoke is all about just having fun. It's not about, who's the best singer here? It's not American Idol. It's people hanging out together, having a great time, probably drinking a little bit, eating a little bit, and having a great time. And so, yeah, if you just want to loosen up a little bit, go around people, karaoke is the place. It's the place. I love that. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing that. That's awesome. It's called Aim for the Heart Session. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yes. If you're in the LA area, y'all, check it out, please. They want ecstatic. I don't like arguing. I don't like debating just for fun. I mean, I like debating when it's healthy, but I don't like combative stuff. It's like, we can just talk. It's okay. Like, just share your experience. You're trying to prove me wrong, and I'm accepting that I could be wrong. It's okay. And that's true. You don't know what resources or connections people can share. Yep. Unless you open up a little. Absolutely. Aw. Auntie Lou. Yeah, that was funny. New Masters Academy has sales all the time. So many art class by high level instructors for $19. That's cool. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what it felt like. Google also offers a lot of online certifications and some are free. I'm currently going to the digital marketing certification is free. Thank you for sharing that too. Yeah, I didn't know that. Hi, do you have any advice for new YouTuber? I'm having some trouble finding an idea for my next video. How do you find inspiration for a channel that doesn't have a specific niche? First of all, love that. Love that you don't have a specific niche. Because I know a lot of people who do YouTube say, you got to pick one thing and go all in on one thing, right? I disagree. It's just me. But again, I'm not a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making millions of dollars or thousands of dollars from YouTube. But like, I think what's important is to try all the things. Try everything. Everything you're interested in your YouTube channel, do everything. Like, if you're interested in, I don't know, whatever you're interested in, do videos about that stuff. Be honest about it. Share your journey. Just be open, right? Be a kid again. Because I feel like the more that you experiment, the closer you'll get to what you actually want to do. And sometimes you can be the niche. It doesn't have to be a thing. Like, it could be about you and your personality and your life. So I'm not really sure like what you want to make. But I think that sometimes when we're worried about like, oh, I got to find something that fits in this niche, we block out a lot of creativity, a lot of things. And so even with my channel, I talk about a lot of stuff. Like, most of the stuff is tied into the same idea. Everything I create, I want people to know that they are enough, that they are worthy, right? And a lot of that is because I'm sharing my own journey of worthiness. And so a lot of the stuff that I come up with is about my own lived experiences, my own life, my own thoughts, my own struggles and frustrations. And so if you're just being yourself, you can be your own niche and people will find you. So that's my tip. Yeah, just go for it. Like, make a list of ideas, do all of them. Do it. Do all of them. I have thoughts about it for kids with my daughter's disability specifically. Yes. I want to focus on my wellness and create and change the world in some purposeful way, not necessarily connected. Okay. Yeah, I want to focus on my wellness and create and change the world in some purposeful way. Yeah, okay. What I will say, this is what I don't want to happen. You being yourself, you being 100% yourself, authentic, is changing the world. You are changing the world because you are here, because you exist, right? And I feel like sometimes we could put this pressure on ourselves to like make this big impact and, to have thousands of people know our name and, not saying that this is your thing, but a lot of us get into that trap. But understand that you existing is enough. Like, no amount of chasing dreams or passions or goals or whatever is going to make you even, like even more impactful. While it might give you a larger platform, you are already enough. You know what I mean? So if the goal is to make impact in a purposeful way, you can do that every single day by being kind to people, by giving to people who don't have, if you have it, right? Information, resources, by being available to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are multiple ways to to be impactful to the world. And again, I don't know if that's what you're saying, but I know that some of us can get caught up in like, when I chase my dream, then I'll be X, Y, and Z. When I do this, then I'll be enough. When I achieve this dream, that'll be amazing. But the truth is that if you don't feel like you're enough now, when you achieve that dream, it'll never be enough. You won't feel like enough. It'll always be something more, something else to gain, to earn. You know, people get to their goal, wait, and be like, I gotta keep going, right? And not saying anything's wrong with it, but it's like there's always more to do. And so we have to be content with ourselves and know that, like, no, I am impactful because I'm here, because I'm available, because I am present, you know. Okay. And for those who are worried about wasting time, as I am sometimes, I keep getting the reminder that God uses everything, so nothing goes to waste. 100% agree. 100% agree. Yes. Okay. All right, so we're at the 90-day period. Hope y'all still with me. Okay. So 90-day periods. Okay. And so again, you're just sticking to one thing for 90 days. And that means that when you're done with that thing, you can choose to keep going, to pivot, to give up or quit, and move on to something else if you want to. Or again, you can keep going and you can make it 180 days. Okay. So the next step I would say is to define success for your thing, right? What would make this a win for you? And again, I think that you should make it easy and light, and also make it something that you actually have control over. For example, you know, for YouTube, for me, right? It was like, oh, I want to have 100,000 subscribers. Maybe that's the goal for myself, right? I can't control who subscribes to my channel. I can't control when they do it, right? I can't control, people might leave here and people might unsubscribe and be like, oh girl, I'm not feeling you, this is done. Or they might have gotten what they needed and left, right? And that's okay too. However, like, if I'm making the goal of that and I don't reach that in the time that I want to reach it, right? Then I feel like a failure. I'm not good enough, right? I'm not a good enough YouTuber. This is a bad example, but go with me. But if I make the goal to show up once a week, every week, that is successful. And even then, give yourself room, because something might pop up. Maybe you have all intentions to show up every week, but an emergency comes along, right? You need to be present for that emergency. That doesn't make you a failure. So choose a win that you can have control over, you know, as far as you can, right? Because obviously if there's an emergency, you have no control over that. But make it a goal that you actually have control over. Not what people think, not what people say, not how much money you make, not how many subscribers you have, not if you're winning Grammys, right? Because, not if you're winning Grammys, things that you can control. And that's you showing up, that's you trying. And sometimes that win could be you trying. You going to karaoke could be a win, because that's a step in the right direction. It's about small baby steps, the next best step, right? So you going to karaoke could be a win. Not you winning a Grammy or getting, a bunch of fans, but you going to karaoke, being brave enough to open your mouth and sing. That's a win. And you should celebrate every single win. I'm for it. I know a lot of people don't like to celebrate everything. I like to celebrate everything. Everything is worthy of celebration. Okay? You got out of bed this morning, go celebrate yourself and do something fun. Because it's a gift, right? So you being able to be brave enough, because it can be scary to share. Celebrate yourself after that. Pat yourself on the back. Sit in that moment of you being brave. You know what I mean? So yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Thank you. I'm really interested in food photography. That's cool. I have a background in public health, but on a career break from burnout. Absolutely. My issue is I like a lot of money, fair, and will need to get a job soon. Yeah. And again, do what you have to do for right now. But there are a lot of people who are making a good living taking pictures of food. They are. How do you know that the one thing will work out? You spin multiple plates to not put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, no. So the reason why, okay. Yes, you spin multiple plates to not put, yes, absolutely. How do you know that the one thing will work out? I don't know that it's going to work out. And that's the gamble, right? Like that's the thing. It's like we are humans who love to be in control. We love to control everything. And sometimes that gets in our way. Like, even that's the question I ask myself. Well, what if it doesn't work out? It might not work out. But even if it doesn't work out, it still does. Even if it doesn't turn out the way that I want it to turn out, it's still a win. It still works out, because where I end up after that is where I was supposed to go. But I wouldn't have gotten there if I didn't try the thing. And I know that can be very frustrating, because it's not concrete. And we love to have like concrete things we can hold, that we can touch and feel and see. But that's the mystery of life. We don't know where our life is going to take us sometimes. And again, where we think it's going to take us, might not be the destination. It might just be, again, the direction we're going, but not the destination, And so you said you spin your multiple plates to not put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah, you could do that, to not put all your eggs in one basket, or because you have a lot of interest. And for me, like, spinning the multiple plates is because I have a lot of interest. I don't want to just do one thing. I can't do just one thing. I I would lose it. I have to have a lot of creative outlets. So I sing, I make videos, I take pictures, I have a podcast. I'm a photographer by trade. I've been taking a break from that for a long time. I do a lot of things because they're interesting to me and they're fun. But I know that when I'm building a project or focusing on something, I can't really give everything 100% because my energy is finite. My attention is finite, you know? So yeah. Me too. It changed my mind. The 3 months, I was like, how about that? I don't have to commit to everything for the rest of my life. Yay. Awesome. I love that y'all are sharing ideas. That's beautiful. Pursuing one thing for 90 days is such a good idea because I have my hands in so many pots and I'm always burnt out. Same. I am always burned out, which is not a good thing. I'm recovering, as y'all know from the video yesterday, recovering from being exhausted. Some people can't multitask. So the option would be slowly collecting your eggs one at a time for your basket. Absolutely. And I love that because a lot of us ruin, and I'll say ruin, or exhaustion is an injury, right? And so a lot of us injure ourselves and our dreams and our faith in ourselves and our dreams because we're doing too much too fast, too much too soon, too fast, right? And we wonder why we're burnt out. It's because we're doing too much. When we could have dedicated a lot of time and energy to this one thing, taken a break, reassessed, figured out if I have the energy to do the second thing, right? And then do the second thing. But a lot of us are like, no, I got to go fast. I got to go hard. Especially in this culture here. It's like everything is fast and hard and you got to do it right now. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. Now or never. That's not true. Lord willing, we will have tomorrow. Lord willing, there will be tomorrow. And if there's not, this is what I say to myself. There will be tomorrow. And if not, that's okay too, right? At that point, it won't matter. If there is no tomorrow, it's like, okay, well, my work here is done, right? And obviously I'm not saying that I want to, pass away, but I'm just saying that like we put so much pressure on ourselves to achieve something by these imaginary dates and these imaginary ages that you don't have to do it like that. It could take you a year to build one project. There will be next year. And it doesn't disqualify you from doing the second thing. So yeah, I love that. Hey, beautiful people. Thank you for joining the live and supporting Alicia Renice. Oh, thank you, baby. Yes, please hit the like button if you enjoy it. It really does help me out. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Okay. I feel that I just want money to fund what I really want to do. Yeah. And that's valid, but I want to be able to tolerate the daily work. That's fair. So maybe your goal is to find a job or, a job that funds your career where you're not burned out or you're not annoyed or stressed out to clock in, where it's like, oh, I could do this because I have my thing on the side. And I also feel like a lot of people don't like their jobs. Number one, they're laborious. They're all these things, but also sometimes it's because we don't have enough outlets to just be people. A lot of us are like working, like a lot of us are living to work and not working to live. And it's not, some of it is not our fault. Some of it is like the work, life balance that doesn't exist at some of our jobs. And so we have to make those things for ourselves. A lot of us are like, I hate my job, when really you just need time to yourself. You need a break or a sabbatical. Shout out to all the women out here talking about sabbaticals. I think that's awesome. That's brilliant, right? Just time away. And for some people, they will never go back, which is awesome. But some people do want to go back, but they just need time to be themselves, time to actually enjoy the house they're living in. You know what I'm saying? Time to enjoy the people they live with, time to create something that doesn't, that doesn't rely, that's not making money for them. Time to just be people, So that's valid. Yay, that's awesome. Karaoke is fun. I know I have vocals, but I still like to sing all around my apartment, even if it gets on my cat's nerves. They be all right. They gonna be fine. Yes, keep singing though. Girl, yes, that is so okay, yes. Y'all are sharing ideas. I love it. Arguing with men is especially laborious. It's okay. It's like, I'm not gonna win. Okay, fine. You got it. You got me. You're right. I disagree as well. It seems so restrictive and blocked in with just one niche, but of course to each his own. Absolutely. Yeah. And I follow a lot of creatives, a lot of creators, on YouTube. Well, I guess they're creatives on YouTube who do multiple things, and I watch all their things. And stuff that I don't like, I just don't watch it. You know what I mean? But I still support them. I'm still there for them. So feel free. Like, especially what's beautiful about being a beginner and being in the smaller part of the creation process or the beginning stages is that you have freedom to do whatever you want. Even when I talked about this before on my channel like a couple of years ago, but it's like the beauty of being a beginner is that there's no pressure on you to be anything but yourself. No one's expecting anything from you. Nobody is like gonna trip out if you do something different tomorrow than you did yesterday. You have room to explore and to be. And so when your dream is just starting, when you're just starting something new, do not put pressure on your dream that will crush it and kill it. Like, it has to be this. It has to be, let it be what it does. Let it grow into what it becomes, right? Don't put all this pressure. And that's for any stage of life, honestly. Let it be what it becomes. It's okay. Okay. Laborious is my new, I say laborious all the time because some stuff is just like, what is going on? Yay. Ooh, every trailblazer gets to rewrite the way. Write that down, Yvette. That's beautiful. I love that. Okay. Don't ever limit yourself. I agree. Be who you are, because again, people will resonate with who you are. I love how positive and down to earth you always are. Oh, thank you. I try to be positive. I'm not positive all the time, but I appreciate that. You give me hope because life throws blows even when we try our best. They do, as in life. It does. And I'm glad. That makes me happy. I used to sing, dance, photography, act, and write. I have a degree and 2 medical certifications, but I am burned out. Yeah, that's real. And again, I would say go back when you have the energy, right? Rest and heal right now. But when you have the energy, go back to those things that bring you joy. You don't have to be a singer to sing. You don't have to be a dancer to dance, like a paid dancer. You don't have to be a professional. You can just do the things. You can take a picture, go on a nature walk. One of my favorite things, shout out to Marcus, I think he's here, is walking in nature and taking pictures of what you see. That practice in itself is grounding and healing, and it allows you to be present, So I love doing that, and I'm not getting paid to do it. It's just because it feels good. And so sometimes we need those things like to nourish us, and replenish us. So yeah. Hi, Mama's Page. Welcome. Yeah, exactly. Yes. I've been going back and forth about documenting my path of designing my collection as well as making sewing videos for production. I'm scared and self-conscious though. Being seen is terrifying. You're absolutely right. But period. Start new paragraph. You are allowed to be a beginner. You are allowed to not be good at something. You are allowed to be bad at something in the beginning. Like, it's okay. Like this pressure we put on ourselves to have it all figured out and to like present this polished thing when we're figuring out stuff. Like, you're talking about documenting your path. You know what I mean? And in the path, in the beginning, it's rough. And so it's okay that your videos are going to be rough. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to document and show the real and raw, inside joke, the real and raw journey of your journey. And people, the thing is, people are very forgiving. We think that people can be very annoying and very, they put a lot of pressure on us, but people are also understanding, right? And so for me, I follow a lot of people who may not have the best camera setup, who may stumble over their words. I stumble over my words all the time. Who may stutter, who may, not get the shot right, whatever it is, but because it's their journey and I'm loving them and their journey, I watch it. And so we have to be forgiving with ourselves. A lot of people who are watching are not videographers. They're not, movie makers. What do you call them? Cinematographers. They're not photographers. A lot of people are just watching to be entertained and to connect with people. And so if you have that connection, then that's all that it needs. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be, like somebody said earlier. Okay? Yes, we're enough just being. Absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna read this and then get back to the list. So it says, I think it's better to approach posting your content just as a fun thing. Don't worry about the purpose, reasoning, or audience. I 100% agree. When I think about the reasoning, the purpose, and the audience, though I do think about them, about who's going to receive it, like what I could say that's going to be helpful, it strangles up the growth before it even gets started. It's like, no, just have fun. Just be honest. Do what you want to do. Trust those leadings and that intuition that tells you, hey, maybe I'll make a video about this. Maybe I'll do this. Trust it and try it. And again, you might try to be like, I didn't like that too much. I'm gonna do something else, right? And eventually you'll get in your groove. There are people who are literally like on YouTube, just like chronicling their life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's awesome. I think that's amazing. Do you use a camera or phone to film, sis? Okay. I love how it always feels we are FaceTime. That's cool. I use right now I'm on my computer, so I'm using like the camera on the computer. I also use my camera phone. Oh my gosh, what year is it? 2001? I also use my phone to record, and I also use this is my camera. So this is a Canon EOS M50, I think. Yes, M50. So this is the camera I use for like if I want to feel fancy, if I want to be, oh, that's nice. But my camera on my phone works just fine. It works just fine. So whatever is easiest, the best camera you have is the one in your hand. Shout out to my photography students who I've taught before. The best camera you have is in your hand. Don't worry about the specs and all this other stuff. Just get started making. That's all you need. A phone and get started. I follow a lot of people who just use their phone and they're just fine. And I subscribe, I like, I comment, all that stuff. So yeah. All right. Next step. What did we just say? Define success? I think we said define success. Okay, cool. So the fifth thing I have, is that fifth? Sixth is deal with the fears and limiting belief with truth. Like I said earlier, be honest about what you're afraid of. If this fails, right? So my fear is like failure. So why am I afraid of failure? Because it's embarrassing. What would that mean if I failed? It would mean that I am a failure. I didn't fail at something, but I am a failure. And so what is the truth? The truth is that I've already decided that my win is just to show up. That's how I'm winning. So how people like the thing, how people receive the thing, that's none of my business. None of my business cannot control, right? But what I can control is showing up and trying anyway. And so if I show up and try, that's a win. So I can't be a failure. I can't be a failure. If I redefine, if I move the goalposts and say, you know what, let's bring it back a little bit. I win because I showed up, then I'm a winner. Yay. If I say I win because I tried my best and I tried my best, I'm a winner. Yay. It's like we get to decide what success means for ourselves. All right. The next step I have is to boil your goal down to where you are now. So say you want to write a book, right? The question is, what is the easiest first step you can take to get started today? Not 10 years from now, not when you get the degree, not, when X, Y, and Z, today. Like, how can you get started with your thing today? Once you decided, how can you get started today? Oh, let me go back real quick. How do you decide, right? How do you decide which one to pick? Because it's like, I have all these ideas. How do I decide which one to pick, right? Pick whichever one is the easiest, whichever one feels good, feels the best. And you know what feels the best. Pick the one that's easiest, that requires the less things, right? So the least things, excuse me. So say you want to be a photographer, right? And you think, oh, I need to get a camera first. I got to get all these lenses, all this gear. I need to do all this research. No, you don't. Where's my phone? You have a phone. You have a camera right here. Can you start practicing photography on your phone? Yes. So then you can start being a photographer, right? Like, pick the thing that you have access to. Don't create more barriers for yourself for entry, right? Just, what is the easiest thing I can do? I say I want to sing. Okay. If you don't have money for lessons, right? It's like, okay, well, what can I do? I can sing in the shower. I can sing along with songs. I can study my favorite artists. I can do all that stuff at home. You know what I mean? I can make a list of songs that I love and sing them. And I feel like that's what I'm gonna do. On my channel, I'm going to, shout out to you, we can do this together, okay? I'm going to sing songs into my phone and post it. Right? Like, that's something I can do today. I don't have to wait for a label. I don't have to wait to get signed. I don't have to wait to go to an open mic or a karaoke. I can sing into my phone in a camera, la la la, post it on YouTube. Right? Like, that's the easiest thing for me to do. So by choosing your thing, make sure it's easy, make sure it feels good, make sure it feels like it's energizing you. That's my tip. And again, don't overthink it. The first thing that comes to mind. And also understand that if you hate it within the first 3 weeks, you can give it up. It's okay. You don't have to stick with something if you hate it. If you find out, oh my gosh, I made a wrong decision, it's okay. We can start the process all over again. It's not a failure. It's not a loss. It is information. That's all we're doing is gathering information. That's it. Take the pressure off yourself, okay? So going back, okay. I'm dealing with fears and limiting beliefs, right? So again, tell yourself the truth, not what you feel, not what you think, because feelings are valid, but they also lie, okay? There are times, we went to a baby shower yesterday, and I got in the car and I was like, am I annoying? And Marcus is in here. He's like, girl, right? Like, please, like, you do this all the time. Every time you have conversation with people, like, I always like second guess, like, was what I said dumb? Was that hurtful, harmful? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? But because I'm always checking myself. But the truth is that I overthink. The truth is sometimes I cannot trust my feelings because it's not true. It's not true. Or the feelings I have are not my own. They are lies that other people told me that I started to believe, right? So we have to get true. We have to get honest about what we think and the truth behind it. So again, what if it's the wrong thing, the fear? Then I will pivot. I can change my mind and do something else. It is not the end of the world, right? So, just be light with yourself. Okay. So again, boil your goal down to where you are now, right? So what is the easiest step that you can take today? So for example, I have a few examples, and if you need help, please write it in the chat and I'll help you get down to like the easiest thing you can do. Okay. So for writing a book, some people said they want to write a book. And I'm saying this because I have a program that I'm launching next week. And so a lot of people were like, yes, I have all these dreams I want to do. And I'm happy to help them. But even if you don't want to join it, I still want to give you tools so that you can actually get started. Because that's the whole point. The whole point is to get started. Okay. So for example, writing a book, right? So yeah, writing a book, it sounds awesome, right? But it's also overwhelming. So what is the smallest version of writing a book? Write for 5 minutes every day. Can that count? Yes. Yes, it can. And so some people actually have like a word count that is the goal. I just say write for 5 minutes, because if at 5 minutes you don't feel like writing no more, fine. But usually you want to keep writing because you get into the flow and you keep going. But if you set the bar so low for yourself that every day is a win, that's how you get wins under your belt, and that's how you build your confidence in yourself. That's how you get to the goal. Small steps, small baby steps. The next one I have is making an album, like a whole work of musical art. This is for me because I'm trying to work on an album now, right? Sing one song each day to get inspiration. Sing a song in the shower. Sing your favorite song. Singing songs gets my juices flowing. Or journaling, right? Doing something. You might not be writing an album. You might not be putting chords together, but you're doing the work to make the album. Another example I have is maybe you want to get in shape. Whatever that means for you. Whatever the goal is, right? Just make a list of exercises you want to try. Do the research. That could be the baby step. You Googling, what are fun exercises to do? Make a list. And then maybe the next step after that is to actually try one of those one by one, see what you like and what you don't like, and to go from there. Okay? All right, let me get back to what you all are saying. Okay. While that was impactful to me, I'm so caught in the idea that the problems of the world are on me to solve. Yeah. I love you saying that just being me changes the world. It does. It does. It does, yo. It does. Like, it does. You said it fast, but it made me cry. I'm sorry I said it fast. But yes, no, you being here changes the world. Your existence literally changes the world. You make an impact just by being yourself. And that's enough. My measure of success is just doing it. Yes, stepping out of my comfort zone, challenging myself and putting effort into things just for fun and without hoping to monetize it. Absolutely. Every goal does not have to be monetized. You don't have to have a huge following. Yeah, and changing the world only happens if your world changes. Ooh, E. Dunlap. That's beautiful. I love that. Takara Star says, you're awesome, Alicia. Oh, thank you. And I'm so glad you started this convo. I'm happy this is helpful. Honestly, like, again, I was like, freaking, what if this is not helpful? I don't know. But yes, I had to learn to stop adding stress to my dreams and hobbies. You don't have to monetize them at first. Just enjoy doing them. Absolutely. And you don't have to monetize them at all if you don't want to do that. You don't have to. I stopped taking photo clients for a while because it took the joy out of everything. Like, I have photo projects that I want to do. And I'm a portrait photographer. Here I go stuttering. I'm a portrait photographer by trade, but that was taking the joy from my photography away from me. And I didn't want to do it anymore. But I love photography. And so one thing had to go. Either I had to be like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm just going to hate photography for the rest of my life. Or I had to get my joy back. And so because I prioritize my joy, I had to stop taking clients. I had to stop. And I love it because now I'm taking photos for fun. And I might get back into that, but we'll see. How do I celebrate myself daily without spending? I'm laughing because it's me. How do I celebrate myself without spending money or eating? Ooh, please share tips because I need some too. But honestly, sometimes I celebrate myself by just going outside and taking a walk, going to the park, right? I make a list of free things I can do for fun. Going to the park, hanging with my friends. I mean, it costs money, maybe getting ice cream or something, watching a movie, at home on Hulu or on Netflix, just things that feel good. Taking a hot bath. I can't fit in a bath, but if you can, taking a hot bath. Taking a hot shower. What else? Giving yourself a pedicure or manicure if that doesn't feel like work to you. Sometimes it feels like work to me though. So do what you can do. But yeah, everything doesn't have to cost money. But I will be honest and say a lot of the things I do is with food. I love food. But yes, please share any tips, y'all, because help. Yes, please hit the like button if you like it. I appreciate that. How do you conquer perfectionism? Ooh, how do you conquer it? So I'm working through it, right? I am not an expert. I'm just me. But perfectionism, I have to give myself permission to call things an experiment. So this whole thing that we're talking about is literally the scientific method. You do the research, you make a hypothesis, you pick something, right? And you do trials of that thing. And you take the pressure off of that thing to mean something. It doesn't have to mean anything, right? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to mean anything. It could just be oh, I'm just going to see what happens. When I approach things like an experiment without the pressure, without the promise that it's going to be good, without the promise that I'm going to like it, without the promise that it's going to be impactful to other people, it's easier for me to do things. It's an experiment. I'm just going to see what happens. Like, literally, just changing the messaging changes my entire outlook on the thing. Like, oh, we'll see. Whatever. But if it doesn't work, it's fine. Like, literally changing that, not taking things so seriously, changes everything for me. And that's how I work through perfectionism. So, yes. Also, share tips if anybody else has any tips. But, yes. What the church is going on this YouTube evening? Tell me more. What's happening? Oh, no. Okay. Great info. We don't have control on a lot of things. Just let things flow. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love that y'all are sharing with each other. That's lovely. I love it. I love my job, but teaching rarely leaves time or energy for else. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand. I'm not a teacher, but I understand from the outside in. Yes, time to just be sabbatical life. I'm trying to get like y'all, okay? I want a sabbatical so bad. Y'all don't even know. I sing solo. You can't hear me. That's beautiful. That's funny. Yay. Hearts to you. Tanya, thank you. Citizens in other countries don't hustle or grind. They just work to fund what they want to do in their personal lives. Absolutely. Hi, Jess. Welcome. Yes, you made it. That's true. Yeah. Hi, the unconventional light. Thank you for being a member. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm a pet sitter and take pics of my mostly cat clients all the time. See, and if that brings you joy, do it. It counts. I paint and it's a whole mess and I don't care. I love that. I like doing it and it's therapeutic for me. Absolutely. And I paint too for fun. And it's not good and I don't care either. And it feels delicious. I love the feeling of paint on the canvas. It feels so good. And that's why I do it. And I like colors. I'm like, ooh, let's mix colors, right? And I finger painted last year. That was so much fun. Like the tactile, like the feeling, the color, like being a kid again, like putting myself back in that place. Like forget the brushes. We're just going to have fun. Yes, please subscribe to the Unconventional Light, y'all, if you want to, obviously. But yes, please support. Absolutely. I'm not religious, spiritual, but one phrase that comes to mind comes from Buddhism, the beginner's mind. I love that. Listen, I love it. Hey, welcome. Yes, camera phone. Shout out to 2005, whenever whenever the camera phones came out. Ooh, yes, release expectation, absolutely. OMG, bust out, gifted kid syndrome, fear of failure. Yes. Shout out to Tag. Shout out to like my overachieving child self for me being praised for doing way too much. Okay, just doing way too much. But yes, absolutely. Oh, burnt out kid syndrome. Yes, absolutely. And stop trying to keep up with the Joneses because in reality, the Joneses are up to their neck in debt and constantly arguing with each other. That's funny, but it's true. It's amazing the perspective we have on things. Like, oh my God, they're so happy. You don't know that. And even people who appear perfect, they might feel like they have to keep up that perfect look because even people like you are looking at them like they are somebody to be, right? And they feel this pressure from other people to be like, oh, I have to keep it together. I can't lose it. I can't. It's a prison. Perfectionism is a prison. Literally, there's a scripture that says, the fear of man is a snare, meaning the fear of man is a trap. And it is. It's a trap. Shout out to Star Wars. Anyway, it's a trap. And so a lot of us are bound and held by other people's opinions, by other people's acceptance, right? By their thoughts and their ideas of what success is, that we're bound and trapped and held because we're afraid to live our lives because we're afraid of what other people will say. So absolutely. There's so many professional singers who give lessons for free on YouTube. Yes. YouTube has a ton of tutorials for everything from seasoned people who are willing to share. Absolutely. A major overthinker here, been avoiding therapy, but just signed up yesterday. Woo! I'm celebrating you, Nikki. Tired of my brain controlling me. Yeah. Yes. Congrats. Yeah. Don't get discouraged if you have to shop around. I had to do that. Finding a therapist was hard. Some of my therapists felt sorry for me. Like literally one of them was like, oh no. Like I'm telling her all these things and I'm just like, this is not what I need. I don't need sympathy. I need help. Right? Like you can be empathetic, but yeah, sometimes you have to do a little work to find the one that fits you. And that's okay. It might take some time. Yes. Congrats. For Dance Sake. Oh, I love that name. For Dance Sake. I love this conversation. Can't watch right now, but we'll watch the replay. That's okay. I'm not great at my thing yet, but it helps me to think that at least I'm shining my little light still in this. Absolutely. You absolutely are. Yes. So much good info being shared. Absolutely. I can't wait to go back and look at this chat. I gave up on perfectionism a long time ago when I realized I don't know her and she ain't feeling me. Just get the task done. Absolutely. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Hey, yes. Hi, Leslyn. Welcome. Thank you for being a member. Thank you. Yes, welcome. I've done some singing warm-ups from YouTube. Me too. Listen, sometimes that's all I can afford. So yes. Yes. Great message. I'm glad. That makes me happy. I am starting the process of becoming the recovering A student overachiever. Okay. And same, can I join the club? Because when I was in school, I had to make 4.13s. And if I didn't, I felt like a failure. What is wrong? What's wrong? What's happening? What's going on? Marcus, yes. It's a trap from Star Wars. Absolutely. Any tidbits on overcoming procrastination mentality? Mentally. Any tidbits on overcoming procrastination mentally? Y'all, if you can share some tips, I'd be grateful. Excuse me. But procrastination, what I've come to learn is that procrastination sometimes is okay. Sometimes your body is telling you it's overwhelmed, it's burned out. And sometimes it's okay to be like, okay, I can't do this right now. For things that we can't do, right? Obviously, paying bills, that's a whole different thing, right? So sometimes around procrastination, we're trying to force ourselves to do something we don't want to do. And sometimes it's okay to not want to do it or to not be ready for it right now, right? So that's what I'm firstly going to say. Be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. Sometimes you're procrastinating because you really don't want to do it, or you're not feeling it, or you're just tired, right? And you don't have the energy for it, or you'd rather be doing something else. And that's okay. Something else that helps me with procrastination is to break up what I need to do, right? Bite-sized pieces over time. Not everything at one time, because when it's overwhelming to me, I don't want to do it. It's overwhelming. I get overwhelmed very easily. And so I'm realizing now, my anxiety. So I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder and moderate anxiety. And I know that my triggers are feeling like I'm failing people. I take on a lot because of, again, how I grew up doing way too much. And so when I'm not doing all the stuff, it triggers my anxiety. The world's going to fall apart. Who am I? I freak out. And so because I know my triggers, I try not to set myself up for failure. Meaning I try not to set myself up to have an anxiety attack or to have an episode. And I have people around me who will remind me of that. My husband will tell me relax, it's okay. Take a break. You need to stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I see where this is going. So sometimes it's just about taking it in bite-sized pieces day by day, right? And not overwhelming yourself. That's the thing that I have. And if I think of some more stuff, I'll share it as well. But yes. I hope that's helpful. What that's interesting was that, what that's interesting was that a therapist just starting out? No, she was seasoned. And she was like, I'm so sorry. Everything I said, girl, I know my life. Okay, listen, I know I got a lot of issues, right? But I don't need you to feel sorry for me. I need you to be a professional and help me. Because I wasn't crying. I was just yeah, these are the things that happened. Help me. And, I just don't think it was a good fit. It just wasn't a good fit. And it's okay. Also, I get a boost of emotional energy and then it goes down quickly. Yeah. I would say pay attention to your emotional energy, right? Because for me, even during the day, my energy changes. The morning, I am inspired. I'm ready to go. Around 2:00, it starts to wane. I'm I ain't got it, right? So if in the morning I am more energized, I do all the big stuff in the morning. Then I do the small stuff that doesn't require as much energy at night. So really it's about knowing yourself. If I'm tracking with you, it's really about knowing yourself and also understand even if it's not day by day, maybe it is week by week. So I'm a woman, I have a cycle. And so during my cycle, I have no energy. I don't want to do anything. A few days leading up to that, I am exhausted. Okay. Shout out to the men here, but understand it's in cycles, right? And so after I am, finished, then I am open and happy and yay, even though 2 weeks ago I was my life is ending, I hate myself, I'm fat, right? So I know that my emotions change and I'm trying to become more aware of that instead of trying to fight through it, honor it, respect it, and treat myself with that kindness that I need, right? So during that week, I don't want to do anything hard. I'm not going to do anything hard if I don't have to. And so after that, then I will work in my flow, so to speak. No pun intended, but yes. Okay. Oh, sorry. 4.13. I only had a 4.13 because I was in an AP course. And so somehow it became more than a 4.0. So I was getting A's in that class. And so it gave me extra credit. That's all that means. That's all that means. Okay. Overcoming procrastination may stem from feeling not able to complete things. Yes. Or not feeling good enough. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, because that is very true. That is very true. If we're overwhelmed by something, we feel like we don't measure up. Sometimes we'll just like, it's self-sabotage, right? Like, it's like this idea that like, it's not going to be good anyway, so let me put it off as long as I can, right? Or sometimes I get social anxiety, and social anxiety when I have to do something for someone else, I'm afraid of their expectations, and so I procrastinate on a thing because I'm like, oh my God, what if they hate it? And it's like, just do the thing, right? So yeah. I agree, but I suggest that when you figure out that you just don't want to do it. Okay, sorry. But I suggest that when you figure out that you just don't want to do it, own it. Yes, and walk away completely. Absolutely. It's okay. Like, for things that we can, obviously. Like, we can't just abandon everything and everybody. But if you don't have to do it, it's okay to not want to do it. It's okay. Fear sometimes causes my procrastination and anxiety as well. Yeah, same. Hi, Plenty of Chocolate. Love that name. You all talk about 4.0 plus GPAs. Meanwhile, I have been dropping in and out of school since preschool. Listen, no judgment. No judgment at all. Girl, the child overachiever is so real. I literally told multiple teachers that I would rather accept an F over a B and was so serious about it. Thank God for deliverance. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. One day at a time. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You sound like you could be my long lost sister. Maybe I am. I've had some therapists sit slack-jawed and I knew I had to go. Same. It's like I hope that I am not the worst. I mean, I hope that I am not the worst case that you have ever had, and that you don't know what to do with me. And when you show me that I can't trust you to lead me into healing, or to show me like the steps or the tools or whatever, I gotta go, because me rehashing everything over and over again is so emotionally exhausting. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't want to keep talking about this with no help. Anyway, so yes, I feel you. Because if they can't process my trauma, how are they going to help me to? Exactly. Like, girl, I've been living this life, okay? You're just hearing about it. Okay. All right. So next step. So we just talked about, okay, boil your goal down to where you are right now. Okay. So after you define like what your small step is, right? After you find out what your small step is, you're going to give yourself permission. Literally write yourself a permission slip. I have permission to be bad at this. I have permission to change my name. I have permission to take my time. I have permission to, change my mind, excuse me. I have permission to not be good at this. I have permission to be a beginner, and be honest, like really sit with that thing. Like, this is my life, my worth, my, goodness has nothing to do with this. This is just an experiment. And I am detaching myself, divorcing myself from the outcomes of this experiment. I am inherently worthy. I am inherently valuable. I am beautiful. I am enough, right? I am me, and that is enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, wait, can I please change my name? I hate my last name. Sorry. You can. Hey, that could be the goal. But yes, absolutely. So give yourself permission. Give yourself a permission slip. And put it somewhere where you can see where you're working on that thing. I have permission to not be good. I have permission, like for all my recovering perfectionists out there, you have to give yourself permission over and over and over again. I have said to myself, this is just an experiment. 5 days later, I'm in it like my life depends on it. Like, no, this has to be good. And then I have to remind myself, this is just an experiment. Take a breath. Take a break. Walk away. Come back and be like, this is an experiment. If you feel yourself grabbing too tightly, take a break from it. Because we're not doing this like to add more, scoreboards to our life, to be like, oh, I'm good enough now. I did the thing. I committed. No, this is just for fun. It's just for fun. Okay. So the next step is to put together your system, right? So again, I keep talking about the scientific method because it's amazing. The scientific method is amazing. You have a hypothesis. I think I'm going to enjoy skating. That's my hypothesis. I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. You gather your materials. I need skates. I need to find somewhere to skate, a hard surface, right? I can join a skating club, or I can just do it in my driveway or in the street somewhere, or a park. See, I've seen people do this. It's awesome, right? You gather the materials. You then set up trials. Or, wait. I take that back. Rewind. Sorry, that was not starting small. That was going all in. Buying skates. Go to a skating rink. Rent those skates, the raggedy joints with the shoestrings that are falling apart. Rent the skates. Go skating around the rink. Do you like it? Can you do it? Does it hurt your feet? Do you get blisters, right? Like, take note of all the things. You're writing down all your observations. Again, going back to the scientific method, all your observations. What do you like? What do you want to change on the next trial? Maybe you need a different size. Maybe you don't like this skating rink. Maybe it's the people here. Maybe you just want to go, like in DC, they have a skating club, the Link Up DC. Maybe you want to skate outside with other people. And Link Up DC, I think Link Up DC, I think that's a name. I think it's a name. Link Up DC is a group of people that get together in DC, in the DMV area, and they skate outside. They find outdoor venues to skate at. And it's a great time. They're playing music. The DJ is good. And it's people who look like me. So I'm all for it, right? And so you're having fun. And there's places for beginners and for people who are like dancing in their skates and turning around, right? That's where I want to go. But that's where I want to get to. But it's okay, like, to find like the smallest thing, right? So when you find out like, oh, I actually enjoy skating, maybe now I can purchase some skates, right? Or I can keep coming, for 10 weeks and then go out and purchase skates because now I'm connected to it. It's not something that has worn off. It's not an interest that I'm not interested in anymore. Make my investment, go to these meetups, become like taking steps to like meet with people who actually are good at what they do. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Okay. So then after you do the trials, skating at the skating rink 10 times, 10 weeks, right? Showing up, making friends, that kind of thing, learning different things. Then you can move on to the next step after the 90 days, right? So maybe after the 90 days, you say, this wasn't really fun. I mean, it was fun, but I want to move on to something else. That's okay. You don't have to stay committed to it. Or you say, actually, I love this. I want more of this. Let me buy my skates and go to the Link Up in DC, right? And then from there, you can become, better at skating. Again, I don't know how long it takes, but it takes time. But you would never know that you don't like it or like it if you didn't give yourself the 90-day period to do it, right? So then, okay, so you're going to put it all together, the trials, the supports, like the controls, the different variables. So maybe, again, like I said, maybe you don't like skating inside in a circle. Maybe you like being outside. Or maybe you just don't like this kind of music. Maybe you like that music. Maybe you don't like roller skates. Maybe you like roller blades. Maybe you like ice skating, right? But you're getting closer and closer to what you really want to do by taking chances and just tweaking the things, right? Pivoting ever so slightly. Like, I don't like this DJ. Maybe I'll come on a different night. Okay. I don't like how the roller skates feel. I like the inline roller blades. Okay, cool. Oh, maybe I should try ice skating. You're just being open to where your dreams and your ideas can take you. I hope that makes sense. All right. So again, during this 90-day period, you're going to check in with yourself every week. How are you feeling? How is it going? Like, what's going on? And again, even if halfway through, like 45 days in, you say, you know what? I hate this. This is actually miserable for me. You can quit. You don't have to do this anymore. And you could start at the drawing board all over again. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Also try and figure out what type of therapy you need. That's true. Therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist. Yes. And even for me, like I needed a psychiatrist or psychiatrist who specialize in trauma. So yeah. So sometimes it takes a little work. It takes a little research. Tell them to kiss eggs. Oh no. I've been in a depressive slump. This chat is giving me life, sis. I'm late to the convo, but loving it. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad. Okay. That's what I did with the coding program. I did complete coding, just wasn't for me though. And I accepted that. Yeah. And it's not a waste, right? And you wouldn't know that unless you did it. And maybe you met people that you liked in there. I don't know. Maybe you gained skills that you didn't have before. Like everything that happens in our lives happens for a reason. There's something that we can get from everything. And everything that we do everything that we commit to, doesn't have to be the end all be all. So absolutely. And it's not good for you. No, it's not. It's not to keep having rehash. It's like too much. Oh, that's true. Some may need permission to change their name. That's true. Okay. It says designer guy. Wait, men are allowed on this thing? Yes. Yes, you're allowed on this thing. As long as you're respectful, I ain't got no problems. You can be here. Hi, welcome. Glad you're here. You might not have meant to say that, but I think the universe was speaking through you. So I'd stop procrastinating my name change. True. It belongs to a slave-owning family that had property in different countries, and the history alone makes me want to pull my hair out. I understand that. I say go for it. Change it for sure. At the end of the day, like, I know where my name comes from, right? Like, it's not my name. It was a name that was given to me by people who own my family. So absolutely, if divorcing yourself from that name gives you more peace and it's not like a re-traumatizing, then absolutely, I say go for it. Do it. That's so liberating. Sometimes telling myself I'm able not to be great at something has allowed me to do well, or at least at it. Excuse me. I'm like struggling to read. At it, or at least get through it and learn from it. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Welcome, designer guy. Yes. Welcome. We're all friendly here. Hey, roller skater. Oh, nice. Jealous. I'm trying to get like you. I want to buy some skates that are like very colorful and glittery. I just need to actually start skating. So I'm not going to give myself the purchase until I do it. So yeah. Yay. Yeah. Listen, I'm for it. Gonna check out a skate event for Pride this month, actually. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I love skating. Welcome. Yeah, men are welcome, but the intended audience is Black women. Yeah, it's okay if you want to listen and join in the conversation. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the thing. Like, I've gotten a lot of comments from men on my channel, and they're like, are men allowed to comment? And it's not saying that you were saying that, but like other people like say it like in a very mean and sarcastic way. And I'm like, yeah. Like, when have I ever said that men can't comment or be here? You know, I hope, just because, yes, my intended audience is Black women. That is it. But if you get something from these conversations, wonderful. That's great. You know, just keep it respectful, because I have had a lot of men come who are not respectful. And it's like, okay. It's, yeah. I can go on a whole tirade about that. But yes, my journey with parenting has truly been an experiment. Luckily, we've, yeah, survived. Absolutely. Listen, at the end of the day, shout out to the parents on here, because y'all are heroes to me, okay? Because I'd be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I would be doing. But that's awesome. Yeah. Indoor rinks smell like funky feet. They do. Okay. E. Dunlop, I'm not alone. Because literally when I was thinking about the indoor skating rink, I was thinking about the smell. It's like, I don't really like that smell. And putting on those shoes, I'm like, how many feet? And they do that little spray and then put it back. I'm like, is that enough? Did it reach the toe? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. A skating club sounds like a great idea. It is. I love it. People getting together and just learning how to skate, or just skating together. It's beautiful. I love it. I was really missing adult skate nights during these last few years. Yeah, COVID really messed up a lot of stuff. It has. These steps will work for anything you choose. I love this. Yay, that makes me happy. Awesome. I just bought skates. LOL. That would have been smart. I'm so all in for everything I do. Me too. But I have no regrets. I love seeing myself grow in skating. I love that. I'm just speaking for myself, because sometimes I go all in and I'm like, dang, I have all this stuff and I haven't even used it. I'm not even doing it anymore. It's like a museum of all my unfinished projects and commitments, when I should have just like taken the baby step instead. But yeah, I usually go all in. Hi, Erica. Welcome. Oh, yay. I'm glad this is helpful. Thank y'all. Yep. And if you realize you don't like to skate, sell them, boom, and get some money back and move on to the next. Absolutely. It's that simple. I quit nursing school to become a teacher. My family went full fret. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. I can imagine. But if you're happier teaching, I celebrate you. First of all, I celebrate you for choosing yourself either way. For trusting yourself enough to go for what you really want to do. So yes. I'm going skating next week. It's been years. Awesome. I want to go. Just got into roller skating. Love your energy. Yay. Welcome, Aries K. I'm glad you're here. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. Yes. Wingwolf 500 says, I really want to learn how to skate backwards. That skill has evaded me so far. So yes, same, right? Because I think the idea is that you go like this. That's what I do to go backwards, but I'm not good at it. There are people who are like going backwards and like spinning and like dipping and dancing. I want to get to that point, but I'm not there yet. So I feel you. I'm definitely team all in. Me too. It's all or nothing for me. And I'm learning how not to do that, how to dial it back a little bit and be like, it's okay. It can be just some, it can be one. It doesn't have to be all. Hi, Slushy, welcome. Or /7. I'm not good at reading Roman numerals. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even gonna fake it. Okay, so yes. So after the 90 days, Marcus says, did it reach the toe? That's the real question. Okay. Because you're doing all that spraying. It's like right there. What about the toe? Because the smell is coming from something somewhere. All right. What is happening? What's going on? Glam for Breakfast says, this is my confirmation to pull my skates out and learn how to do all the things. Yes, do all the things. And I'm loving this resurgence of like kid things. I love it. I love that people are getting out there skating. Oh yes, double dutching. Absolutely. I love it, right? Like people are just like being kids again. And I love that. Just, and I feel like over the pandemic, it really helped people to see like, dang, like I need to live. You know what I mean? And like, let me go back to the things that brought me joy. I love seeing people skating and smiling and dancing. I love it. People there's a woman, and I'll probably interview her too, because I want to interview her. But she started a double dutch club, and she's my age, right? So she has women coming together just to double dutch for fun. For no other reason but for fun. Not to compete. I don't know if I have to ask. Maybe she does compete. But I think it's just for fun. Like, they just get together and have fun. It's like, why can't that be enough? Why? And that's a goal that she had. And that goal was about fostering community and fun. Not for money. Not for accolades or anything. It's like, oh, I want to have, a community where women can come together, de-stress, be a kid again, and for like an hour and a half, forget that they're adults. That's beautiful. I love it. Did it reach the top? Roller skating is back. Balenciaga was selling overpriced roller skates because it's back in fashion. I'm annoyed. Capitalism ruins everything. Almost bought a pair. Luckily, my salesperson couldn't find them. Oh my gosh. Listen, if you got it, listen. Oh, your name says, what is it? Hermes? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Sorry. But yes, listen, if you can afford it and you love it, go for it. I am not knocking it. But yes, they will find a way to get some money from fun things. Yes. Okay. Hi, Colette. I love that name. Ooh, Colette. Hi, welcome. From Maryland. Double Dutch rope. Yes, it is. Yes. Double Dutch. Yes. People want to do all these things, and all I want to do is eat. Listen, if you want to eat, go for it. Foodies are a thing, okay? Foodies are a thing. They count. I never knew how to double Dutch. I learned a little bit. I can get in, but it might take me a little bit of time. It might take me some time, but I'm gonna get in. How do I join the Double Dutch Club? Okay. Yes, I will find it. I'm gonna put together a resource so that I can find it. Let me see. As a professional hula hooper, oh, I love that. I need y'all to get yourself a hula hoop. It's so fun and celebrates the inner child. We need to talk. Can we talk, please? I would love to interview you because that sounds amazing. I'm really trying to like get something together where women talk about things they do for fun, right? Like just for fun, for pleasure, for enjoyment, and not for, you know what I mean? Everything don't have to be for money. Okay. I mean, you're professional, so make that money. No shame. But like, it's okay to be an adult in hula hoop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find her name later. I apologize, y'all. I think she changed it. You know how people change their name on Facebook and it's like it's not their names, it's like names that like fun names, and so they change your name so much I can't find them. But I'll find her and I'll come back. Okay. You must be talking about over 40 double Dutch clubs popping up everywhere. That's awesome. I have a hula hoop. I want to buy one. Let me go to Five Below tomorrow. Yes. Indulge. Why not? Okay. Maybe I'm irresponsible. I'm gonna go all in. Do it. Hi, Tess from the U.S. Also, check out Tess from the U.S.'s channel, y'all. If y'all want to support. I enjoy her content a lot. I have a pair of rollerblades that light up when you scoot. That is so cool. That's so cool. Got my sister a pair also, so we can make memories together. I even got a whole family into it. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's awesome. I have a pair of Crocs, and one of the little gibbets, I think that's what I call them, charms. One of the charms, you walk on it, and it lights up. I'm like, I'm sold. I'm happy, right? Like, because who said I can't have light up shoes? I also saw a video of an older white gentleman, and he got light up shoes for his birthday. Y'all, he was so excited. That made me so happy. He was like, oh my gosh. It was like these light up shoes that when he would walk, the bottom of the soles would light up. I love it. I still don't understand double Dutch. I always want to turn doubles. You turn doubles? What is it like? You turn... There's like a word for it where it's like ta-ta, 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 like the beat. I know what you're talking about though. What does that even mean? Laughing but serious. Hula hoop is my thing though. Yeah, I think it's like somebody will tell me what the word is, but like that rhythm ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. It's like they're trying to get like ta-ta. And so for me, I've done that before. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta. Yeah. Definitely an expensive purchase. Even on sale, I think they were $1,000. Wow. I tried to buy the skates, but he has yet to find a pair in my size. Aw. Yeah. I started doing paint by number paintings just for fun. It's been amazing. Yay. And I'm doing puzzles again. That's awesome. My mom loves puzzles. I'm not a puzzle person because I get frustrated. I don't know if that says anything about me, but it's just not fun for me. But my mom likes to do things like detangle necklaces and, do puzzles and stuff like that. I'm like, I just give everything to her. Fix it, please. Help help. But yes. Okay, awesome. Okay. Okay, yes. Okay, I will reach out. Zoe. I'm gonna write it down. All right. Oh, yay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being here. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, absolutely. LA Gears were the jam. Yo, I haven't heard that name in so long. LA Gears. Yes, joy for joy's sake. Exactly. Because isn't that what we want? Like, isn't that what we want? That's what we deserve. Double-handed. Thank you. Thank you, dark skin women. Thank you. Double-handed. Yes, when you're ta 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 ta. I can't do it. I'm double-handed, obviously. So they don't want me turning anything. And I'm fine with it. It's okay. But yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, no worries. I'm recently retired, 56-year-old. I bought a coloring book and color pencils. I love it. Yes. And did you splurge on the good color pencils? Okay, because you deserve. Go off. That's beautiful. I bought a coloring book when I went on a retreat in Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, and so it was like the getaway retreat. And I did a video about this, but like when I was there, I was coloring, and it felt good, like just to color, like the presence of just coloring and not being. I'm not a visual artist at all in the least. So just like coloring, it just felt good to not do something that where like I had to be good at it. You know what I mean? Yes, double-handed, yeah. I have little cute notebooks scattered everywhere for when I get the urge to write a poem. I love that. Not a bad thing he hasn't found the skates in this current financial climate. Yeah. I'll be eating cat food if I keep spending like a Kardashian. Oh no, we don't want that. Yo, British Knights are back. Wow. Yes. Okay, yes. I love it. The good color pencils. Yes. Wow. Thanks so much for saying that about my child. Yes. It's been a struggle to create, feeling not enough or silly. You're not being silly. I love your content. It is so calming. Number one, it's beautiful and it's honest. So Tess from the US, she's been talking about like her experiencing burnout as being being a teacher. Her not being protected by the people who should be protecting her as a teacher, and how she's like finding joy. And like today, I love it. So yes, thank you. I feel like we should all share rollerblade pics. Yes, absolutely. Yay, hearts. Okay, yes, awesome. Okay, so to recap, to pursue your dream. Stuttering. Here we go. Okay, brainstorm your ideas. Right. Be honest. Be thoughtful. Share it with people who can support you, who can provide encouragement. A little what's the word? Encouragement for your dreaming. I can't think of words, y'all, but here we go. Do that. Identify one thing that feels good, one thing that's easy, one thing that is energizing. Commit to that thing for 90 days. Identify your why. Why do you want to do the thing? Be honest about what you want to do. Is it because you just want to make money from it? Awesome. Is it because you want to make an impact? Awesome. Is it because you want to do both? Awesome. Right? Is it because you just want to do something for fun? Wonderful. There's no wrong answers here, but just be honest with yourself, right? So again, brainstorm like a child. Ask yourself why 5 or more times. Choose one thing. Focus on it for 90 days. 90 days. And if you want to give up in the middle, you can. You don't have to suffer through it. Define success for your thing, for yourself. For yourself. Not based on what other people will do or how they respond, what they will say, but how you want to show up. If success for you is trying, that's enough. If success is you showing up consistently and you can do it, that's enough. If success is you finding something that is pleasurable and enjoyable, that is enough. That counts. Okay? Deal with the fears and limiting beliefs with truth. Again, the fear is if this fails, I'm a failure. That's not true because you define what success is already, right? Or the truth is if I sing off key, then I'm untalented or I'm not talented. That's not true. Oh, can I repeat all that? Yes, absolutely. Let me go back. Sorry, I'll be talking fast. Let me calm down. Okay, here we go. Oh, yay. Please check Tess from the US out. Please. Oh, yay. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. Thank you so much for saying that your channel has really kept me going. Oh, yay. Awesome. That makes me happy. Oh, you deserve, sis. You deserve. Okay. I was wanting to teach her to best luck. Yay. Awesome. I love it. Okay. Let me say it one more time. Here we go. So chasing your dreams, right? Number 1. I would say deal with your mindset beforehand, but it's going to pop back up when you go through it. So it's going to come up again. So here we go. Number 1 is do the mindset work. You're not perfect. You don't know what you're doing. It's okay. This has no bearing on your worth or your value. You're okay to make mistakes. This is not a contest. It is not a race. It is not a marker of your worth or value. You're allowed to make mistakes. I had to say that again. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to experiment, right? And then ask yourself, how would I approach this thing if I knew that I was enough, if I was worthy, and if I was loved? Ask yourself that. How would you do this thing? What would you do if you knew that you were worthy, enough, and loved? And again, it's okay that you don't know what you're doing, because we all don't know what we're doing. We're all just trying to figure it out. And really ask yourself where that perfectionism comes from. Because sometimes it doesn't come from you, but from other people's expectations and what we think people expect of us. All right, the first step, brainstorm and be honest with yourself like you would be with a child. When you ask a child what you want to be when you grow up, they say whatever it is. You don't say, you can't do that. You say, oh my God, that's awesome. They can say, I want to be a dragon. And you're like, great, you're going to be the best dragon ever, right? Literally be like that with yourself. Be honest. Give yourself room to be open and honest and to be playful and silly. There's no judgment. There's no shame. There are no limits. There are no limits. Be brave. There are no wrong answers. And I would say do it with friends. Do it with people that you trust. Do it with people that love you, who will not judge you based on what you're going to say, who will not throw you away because you're being silly in your dreams, right? But also share with each other, because you provide a safe place for everybody. And so everybody feels empowered to be honest about what they want to do. And if you're honest about what you want to do, you might actually be able to get help for what you want to do. All right. Okay. So be honest. Ask yourself why. Why do you want to do each one? Be honest, right? Maybe it's because you want to be rich. Is it because you want to be famous? Is it because, and then ask and I would say even for those things, nothing's wrong with wanting to be famous. If that's your thing, do it, right? But really get to the heart of why you want to be famous. Do you want to be famous? Do you want to be famous, or do you want love, affection, attention, support? What are you really looking for? That's one thing I'm going to offer to you. I didn't mention that before, but really think about that thing. Am I chasing this thing because I feel less than? Am I chasing this thing because if I feel like once I get this thing, then I'll be enough, right? And for me, I would say those are the wrong reasons. Those are the wrong reasons to chase any dream, to try anything. Your reasons need to be about you being enough, right? You need to come from a place of enoughness, not from a place of scarcity or lack. Okay. So ask yourself why. Then set aside the ones that, for me, in my mind, that you would do for pure ego. Again, this will make me feel like I'm enough. This will make me feel like I'm loved, I'm worthy. Set those aside, because that's work that you have to do on your own, or with a professional, right? Or with a friend, to get yourself to the truth that you are worthy and enough. Because no amount of success is going to make you feel like you're worthy or enough. Okay. Then choose one. Choose one thing. And again, for my multi-passionate folks, I know it's hard, but choose one thing based off of, how does it make you feel? Does it energize you? Is it fun? Is it easy? Pick the easiest thing. Because even with this whole process, you're trying to rebuild your trust in yourself, right? And so you don't want to sabotage yourself before you even get started, to support this idea that you are not good enough, that you're not capable of great things. You want to do things that are easy. Pick the easiest thing. Which one is the easiest? Which one is the most fun? Which one energizes me? And also, which one do I have access to already? Again, I want to be a photographer. I have a camera phone. Wonderful. I can get started today. That could be my thing. And also understand, this is not your last chance to try anything, okay? There will be more opportunities. All right? Then have a 90-day period of focus. Set aside 3 months or 90 days, right? To really focus in on that one thing, to get one plate spinning, to get the bike moving, so to speak, right? To put that energy and getting going so that you can start coasting. And then if you want to try something else, you can do that too without being overwhelmed. If you want to, no pressure, right? So yeah, pick a 90-day period. One, because it's enough time to dedicate to the thing, right? And you're not stuck doing this forever. And you have room to learn, grow, and possibly pivot or quit. Whatever happens, it's okay. The next step, define success for your thing. Did I say this already? Define success for your thing, right? What would make an easy win? Make it light and easy. Instead of saying, for example, I will be successful when I make $100,000 this year. That would be a success, right? Make it into something that you can control. My success is determined on whether or not I show up. Did I try? If I say that's success, then I win. I'm a winner. I won, right? Like, make it super easy for yourself. If you're trying to start a channel, for example, instead of saying when I get 1,000 subscribers and I'll be successful, you could say me showing up authentically and honestly every week or whatever time, works for you. That could be successful. Not about how many people view it, not about how many subscribers you have, not about how much money you make, because all those things are kind of out of your control. But what is in your control is you showing up and trying in the first place. So again, singing. We talked about singing before. Did I go to karaoke? Did I sing in my shower, right? If that is what success is for you, that can be successful, okay? All right, so make it ridiculously easy for yourself because things can be easy. Don't have to be hard to count. It doesn't have to be hard to count. It does not have to be hard to count. I'm saying that for myself. Okay. Deal with the fears and limiting beliefs with truth because they will come up, right? The fear that like, oh, this is too easy. It doesn't count. Why do I feel that way? Who said that? Why can't it be easy? Or saying things like, oh, if this fails, then I am a failure. I can't be a failure if me showing up and trying is a win, right? Or what if I choose the wrong thing? Then I'm stuck forever. That's not true. You have autonomy to change your mind and pivot. That counts. Okay? The next step is to boil your goal down to where you are now. So yes, you might want to write a book, right? You might want to start an album. You might want to start a business. You might want to become a photographer of weddings, right? What is the easiest thing you can do today to get started? If you want to write a book, maybe the goal is just writing for 5 minutes a day. That counts. If you want to make an album, maybe the first step is singing a song every day to get inspiration, or listening to music to get inspiration, studying the songwriters of the song you already like. That counts. That's studying. That counts. That's research. Maybe you want to get in shape. Make a list of exercises that you want to try or do research on exercises that you want to try. For me, for example, I want to get in shape, but I don't like the gym. So another thing I'm going to try to do is like sign up for classes in my community to play tennis, to play volleyball, right? Do things. I love playing sports. I love it. And that's when I was in shape. So why not go back to what I love? It doesn't have to be hard. It can be fun. Okay? Then give yourself permission. Give yourself permission. Literally write yourself a permission slip. I give myself permission to be bad. I give myself permission to start. I give myself permission to change my mind, to quit. And it has no bearing on my worth or my value. I give myself permission, okay? The next step is is to put together a system to make this work. And so the system that I use is like the scientific method, meaning all that stuff we just did was preparation, right? All the information we gathered, all of the research that we did, trying to find the right skates, for example, trying to find the songs we like, right? Then set up trials every week. You do something every week that'll get you closer to your goal. So for example, right? Maybe if you want to, the goal is to sing every Wednesday, or the goal is to go to open mic whatever day it is, Wednesday or Saturday. The goal is to go to karaoke every week. The goal is to sing and post something every day. The goal is to skate, meet up at the rink on Thursdays, whatever things you want to do. Set aside time every week, once a week, to do it. And you can do it for more times, like you can do it every day during the week. But I find that sometimes we can overwhelm ourselves by doing way too much. And then if we fall off, then it's like, oh my God, I'm a failure. I messed up my streak. Make it ridiculously easy for yourself, okay? Then check in every week after you do the thing. So how did this feel? Did I enjoy this? Are there things I would like to change? Maybe I don't like it this way. Like again, talking about skating. Maybe I don't like roller skating. Maybe I like roller blading. Maybe I don't like being inside. Maybe I like being outside, right? Maybe the DJ just not good. Maybe I need a different DJ. Really tweaking things slowly to get to the place where you're like, okay, this is good. Or you exercise all your options and be like, I actually hate this. And you quit. Or you lay it down. You thank it for the experience. You move on to the next thing and you try something new. During this whole process, you are rewarding yourself at every step. Every step, do something nice for yourself because you're doing the thing. You are doing the thing. Doing the research for the thing is doing the thing. You're doing the thing, right? And so then you're going to, after all of this is done, at the end of everything, you're going to look back and say, do I want to keep going? like to keep the plate spinning or the bike going, right? Do I want to keep going? Do I want to pivot and change something? Or do I want to quit altogether? Whatever the answer is, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And then you start the process all over again. All over again. And that is the entire process, right? So either you pick up something new or you put it down. And that's okay either way. So yeah. So that's basically it. That's basically the process. I hope that was clear. I'm going to go down and make sure that what I said was understandable. Let's see. Did I mess up? Oh no, was it buffering? Somebody said buffering? Okay. Let me know if I was buffering. If I need to go over something else, please let me know. Okay. But yes. So basically that's basically the thing about getting unstuck and getting started. And for some people, they say, I don't know where to start. Start anywhere. Literally anywhere. Because even if you start in the wrong place, you will get back to where you need to start. Start anywhere. Don't allow, these lies that we need to have everything perfect. We have to have everything lined up. We have to have a whole plan together. Just go for it. Do it. Most of the things that we look at, most of the information, that we learn from other people, they figured it out along the way. Be open to figuring it out along the way. You don't have to have all the answers to start. Just start. Get going. Get moving. Get some wind under your wings, so to speak, right? Get some momentum going. And then be like, oh, okay. I can tweak that. It's easier to tweak things when it's moving, right? There's this example that people use about the moving car. It's easier to move a car that's moving than it being stuck in the same position, because you have to have the same momentum, and then it's too much. Just get moving. And if you need to make a U-turn and start over, that's okay. But at least you're moving. You know what I'm saying? So yes, okay. I hope that made sense. And if it did, I'm going to share this on the banner. But I have a program starting next week called Get Unstuck and Get Started. If you want to go through this process with me, if you want someone to hold your hand and we'll work through it together in a group setting where we help each other out, feel free to join. It's no pressure if you don't want to. But here's the wait list for it. But yeah, like if this was helpful, please let me know. Share it with somebody who needs to see it. And also understand, like, even if you don't sign up, that's okay. My whole point in this is that I want you to have the tools to be able to try something. And maybe this method doesn't work for you, and that's okay, right? But I want you to just get moving and get started. So I hope that made sense. Okay. Tess, yes. Was once to teach. Okay, once to teach. Okay, yes. You're so welcome. You're worthy. Okay. I'm so glad I found your channel, Alicia. I've adopted you as a YouTube niece. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Auntie Lou. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I got in live. Hi, welcome, Catalyst Meditation. I'm happy you're here. Yes, brainstorm. Yes. Thank you for writing the steps. I appreciate y'all. Go back to the little girl you were before you were indoctrinated to be a strong Black woman. Yes. And for the men here, same. Do the same thing. I know I'm going to have to listen to the replay, but I'm glad I caught up. I'm glad you're here. It's all good. I'm going to leave it up so you can watch it. Yes. I want to be rich or stay, but never famous. Yeah. Listen, I'd rather be rich than famous. I'm going to be honest. The hard questions buffering. Yeah. Hi. Okay. I actually want to create another revenue stream, and I'm torn between what I love, luxury, and what I do, tech management. I have a vast knowledge in both. What would you suggest? Okay. You want to create another revenue stream, and I'm torn between what I love, luxury, and what I do, tech management. So what exactly do you want to do with like the luxury? I guess I need more information on that. But I would say use this as a template to try something without putting the pressure of it to make money at first. Like, because sometimes what I will say is sometimes the things we love, when we monetize it, it kills our love for it. I'm just going to be honest. As a photographer, like I talked about, like I love taking pictures. I love it. I love taking pictures. I love storytelling. But when I put a price tag on that thing and all I was doing was making money from it, it took away like the joy from it. You know what I mean? So sometimes what you love isn't the best thing to try. But I would just say try both. Try both without putting money on it at first, right? Money on it at first. So maybe just pick one. Pick the luxury one at first and figure out how you would make money from that thing. And then again, I'm using very general terms because I don't know exactly what you're trying to do. But I think that it's okay. It's okay to try it and be like, I don't like it, or to try to be like, okay, I love this, and then go that way, you know. But sometimes we just have to make a decision. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I didn't realize tech management was a career. Me neither. I know very little about tech management. Yes, I'm busted because I want to know more, so I'd pick that. Yeah. Biased. Yes, biased. Sorry. Remember also that if the thing you if the thing you have makes you happy and you don't want to give it up, keep it. Yes, absolutely. 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 And it doesn't have to be for money. It doesn't. It can be for fun. Crafting paper crafts is my jam. That's fun. That's fun. Hi, K Coupon. Welcome. I think. Coupon? I think. Yay. Showing up and trying is so important. You pointing out it can be easy and fun does not have to hurt to be happy and learn that thinking. Absolutely. Same. I make things so complicated for myself for no reason. Because who's making me do that? It's me. It's me. The call's coming from inside the house. The thought of karaoke by myself just sparked anxiety. Okay, well then, yeah, don't do karaoke then. If that's anxiety inducing, don't do it. Maybe you can go and just like observe at first, right? Oh, wait, if you want to. I don't think that was for you. Yeah. Oh yeah, y'all have options. Yes, karaoke mic for your home. Absolutely. Get yourself comfortable singing and hearing your own voice. Do they have a karaoke app where your phone is a mic? That's cool. There is karaoke apps. That's true. But also, like, if you just want to go to karaoke and just be around people, like sometimes the energy is good to be around people who are just trying. Even if you want to go to open mics, being around that energy, you don't have to get up and do it, but you can just be like energized by them. You know what I'm saying? And when you finally get that, okay, don't go by yourself, go with friends, but when you get that energy to do it, then you can try and doing it. But yeah, just being around energy sometimes is just good. Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So are you. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, there is an app for everything. You're very right. You're a life coach for real. Oh, I would love to be a life coach. I really would. I love your personality and you give me hope. Thank you. That means a lot. And I'm happy that I give you hope. I'm happy that what I'm sharing from what I experience is giving you hope. Seriously. Luxury reviews and reactions. Okay, yeah. That can start as a hobby at first. But it can turn into a monetized thing. You know what I mean? And because it's luxury items, it's very easy to make money from it because people who are watching this stuff probably have money. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to review stuff that you already enjoy, you know what I mean? And talk about things that you already enjoy, do that. I would say, to me, that's the easiest thing to do. If it's things you already enjoy and do, that's the easiest place to start because you do it naturally anyway. You know what I mean? Ooh, virtual styling. I love this exchange of ideas, y'all. Yes. Okay. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I love karaoke. Just haven't found a friend group for it. Okay. Yeah. Fair. That's fair. I moved to a new city and lost all that. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. It might take time to build community. I understand that. Take time with yourself. Yes. I know Amazon actually has a position where you have no communication with people themselves. You just curate outfits based off their personality types. That's cool. That's really cool. I pulled myself out of my shell and signed up to perform my poetry for the first time at an annual event. Yay! Congrats. I prayed and prepared, and at the event, after the other poets went, they concluded... Oh, no. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Okay, the organizer said he forgot you. Very disappointing. Prayed that God wouldn't allow my heart to be hardened behind it. Yes, no. Don't let your heart be hardened by that. Like, I don't know if he forgot you on purpose. Some people be doing stuff like that. But he really could have forgotten. Or I'm assuming it's a him. Sorry. That's my assumption. Oh, you said he. Okay. Like, yeah. Sometimes stuff like that does happen. But it's okay to be upset about it. Let me start here. It's okay to be pissed about it. It's okay to be disappointed, right? Because when you're practicing, you're like prepping, you're like, I'm about to do the thing, and it doesn't happen. That's disappointing. It's disappointing. So your feelings are valid, right? But don't allow this person and their mishaps and like literally they're mere human beings, right? And so we can't give people that much control to allow them to crush our dreams because they mishandled us and they couldn't see the value in our thing. It's easier said than done, right? But I'm working through that myself. Like, they're mere human beings. We cannot put our destiny, that's such a big word, destiny, our talent, our passions in the hands of mere human beings, right? It was given to you for a reason. Keep creating, keep making, keep sharing, because there's going to be somewhere else that you can share and somebody's going to need your words. You know what I mean? So I understand, like, try not to have your heart hardened by it. But it's worthy. It's worth another try to keep going, to keep creating, to keep sharing. You know what I mean? Get the certification so that I can hire you. It's very hard to get people that you feel you can trust. Okay, I'm down. I'll look into that. I will look into that. I will. I will. I've been thinking about it for a little bit. I was like, can I be a life coach? Do I want to be a life coach? That's the first question. Do I want to be a life coach? But also, like, I do. I think I really do want to do that. Not I think. I do want to do that. But it's just like, what exactly? Anyway, I have questions. But yes, I will look into that for sure. For sure. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I want to start making jewelry for fun and possibly sell a few pieces down the road. I just know I want to make artistic things with my hands. Absolutely. And that's valid. You can make them for yourself first. And yes, if you feel like you want to sell it, you can. And if you don't like it after that, if you don't like selling it, then don't. You know, everything doesn't have to be for other people. But yes, you can make like another income stream off of making stuff with your hands. Oh, that's great. Sorry, y'all talking to each other. Sorry, y'all. I'm like in y'all conversation. That's what I'm thinking. I spend an obscene amount of items on monthly. Listen, if you spend money on it, make some money back from it. You know, if you want to. If you want to make money back on that thing, do that. Oh, thank you. I would love that. I really would. Yes, it seemed on purpose. Okay. And he didn't correct it, but I remained kind. Yeah. I'm really sorry that happened. That's heartbreaking. I'm really sorry because yeah. Whew. Yes. Yes. Let's see. Okay. Yes, the Bible says to put our trust in God, not man. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's easier said than done. Okay. Because we see people every day. We feel the pressure from people. We feel how people influence culture and influence groupthink. And so it's hard to do something. It's hard to not care about what other people think. You know what I mean? And I also feel like it's okay to care about what people think, but just make sure it's the right people. That's all. But yes, this random man at this place, he doesn't know you. Sadly, he doesn't value your art. So he's not qualified to crush your dream. He's not like, no one is qualified to crush your dream, right? But he's not qualified to choke up your dream. Don't give him that power. That's all I'm saying. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, share it on YouTube. Absolutely. Share it here. We'll watch it. We'll support it. We'll do it. I believe that you'll be great at it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, please try it again. Please look at the comments. They're encouraging you. Please do it. Did it reach the toe? Oh, you're back in the skating. Yes. Yes, it is beautiful. It's beautiful seeing all the support y'all are giving each other in the chat. That's awesome. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. Yes, please keep pushing through. Absolutely. Indeed, my channel was designed very poorly for my own relaxation, but there are people that do listen in and I'm grateful, but it was designed for me to have a place to relax. Oh, cool. Let me check you out. I'm gonna actually subscribe. Catalyst meditation. Okay, I'll write that down. But yes, absolutely. A lot of things just start from people just doing hobbies and be like, literally people start channels, start doing stuff, chronicling their hobbies, and people just resonate with it and want to watch people have fun. I love it. I watch people like have fun. I watch people in their journey to do things. And so just do the thing. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You say, OMG, thank you. Of course. I love supporting people. So I don't know. I'm just writing it down because I can't get to it right now. Meditation. Okay. Yay. Okay, awesome. This live has been such a breath of fresh air for me. Thank you, Alicia. I cannot explain how much you have helped me by giving us a platform of voice in your wisdom. Thank you. Thank y'all for being, literally, y'all make the community. Y'all make this channel. Like, I could be talking to myself, you know, which has happened in the beginning. Like, I could be talking to myself, but y'all are here, and I appreciate y'all being here. And I hope that what I shared is helpful. Again, if you want to work with me, it's going to be, I should tell you, it's going to be like a 5-week program where we meet twice a week. So on some weeks we have like, so sometimes we meet once a week, but it's a twice-week program. We literally go from dreaming to doing together. So if you want someone to hold your hand, if you want community, I will just sign up for the wait list there, and I will send you the information in your email. And even if you don't join, I hope that you take this information. I hope that you start doing, that you dream and start doing, because you're worthy, you're good enough, you are enough, okay? And have fun with it. So yay, awesome. Okay, so I will talk to you all. Yay, of course. Yes, please follow Catalyst Meditation, you all, please. Yes, y'all are awesome. All of y'all are awesome. Thank you. Yes, your women are awesome. And also the men who have been watching, who haven't been saying anything, y'all are awesome too. Thank you for being here and for allowing this to be a safe space for women. Like, I really appreciate that. Cause yeah, some men, I mean, obviously we saw some comments earlier. That was bad, but, thank y'all so much. And thank you for, engaging as well. Yes. Enjoyed y'all. Yes, I enjoyed you all. Oh, yay. Awesome. Okay. Yay. Thank y'all for subscribing to Catalyst. Love y'all. All right. Oh, thanks for becoming a member. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. What? I just missed one. Okay. Monique. Hi, Monique. Thank you for this. This was nice. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for being here. All right. Yay. Awesome. It's my pleasure. It's my joy. It's my joy. Wing Wolf 500. I enjoy the thoughts, rants, tangents on different things not related to topic. Yay. That makes me happy because I do that a lot. I do that a lot. But yes, good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank y'all for being here. And I hope that you take this and that you journey and you start doing your thing. All right. Good night, everybody. Yay. Have a wonderful evening. Later.